I'm Doug Brown with breaking news. ESPN has learned the College Football Playoff Board voted unanimously today to expand the playoff from 4 teams to 12 teams. Conference commissioners will meet in Dallas next week, and they could agree to start this expanded playoff in 2024. ESPN's Pete Thamel says this is basically the same plan that came up last year.
It's all very similar to the granular of home sites and that kind of thing. I think there still are some logistics to work out. But for the most part, the model that was expected and then debated has now returned because of money.
Pete Thamel on College Football Live. Under this new format, the 6 highest-ranked conference champs and 6 at-large teams would qualify. Tonight, 15th-ranked Michigan State hosts Western Michigan in East Lansing. The game is at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. ESPN's Field Yates reports the Patriots and Jets restructure contracts to create cap space. Jets linebacker C.J. Mosley and Patriots tight end Jonnu Smith.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. We're close, convenient, and known for our guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios. That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yusuf. And Mr. Toby Tom Blake. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. It is a Football Friday. Hell yeah. LSU, Florida State Sunday from the Dome. College football playoff is expanding. We got Theriot next hour, Phil Steele in 15 minutes making his picks. We'll get to our pick'em segment in hour 3. I'll give you my thoughts on LSU, Florida State. Brian Kelly met with the media yesterday. So a ton to get to today, and fired up to have you aboard with us here. Let's begin, though, with a little breaking news. If you have not heard here just in the last hour or so, the College Football Playoff Board has decided on a 12-team college football playoff, which could come as soon as 2024. Here was Dennis Dodd today with the news.
Well, it's at least a 2x increase, according to industry sources. The current AAV, annual average value for the current 14 playoff, is $600 million per year. It's backloaded at the end of a 12-year contract, but that's a secondary conversation. This one with 12 is worth at least $1.2 billion a year, and that may be conservative, but
$1.2 billion per year. Now the question becomes format, revenue distribution, all that stuff. But first and foremost, what is imperative to understand is that this was always an inevitability. I wish we had shows archived a decade ago when college football first announced that they were going to go to a playoff starting in the 2014 season. Because when they went to 4, we talked about it then. Expansion from 4 was inevitable before they ever even kicked it off in 2014. It was never going to stop at 4. Just like with the BCS at 2, it was never going to stop at 2. And the people who complained, if you expand it, you're ruining the regular season. And then, well, if you expand it, what about the teams that have a stronger argument to be in? Do they really deserve it? It's always going to be the same conversation. But this was always an inevitable end, and we're still not done. In the same way that I sit here and I tell you college football becoming a homogenous blob is an inevitability, so too was college football playoff expansion. We were never going to stay at 4. You can't have these conferences that are involved in college football continue to be left out and think everybody's going to be okay. The Pac-12 hadn't had a team in a playoff since Washington in 2016. Rich get richer. What's part of this format? The highest 6 ranked conference champions are in, and then the next 6 at large. At least, well, yes, that means you're going to have more SEC teams in the 12. You're going to have more Big Ten teams in the 12, however it may go. But what it also means is that the leagues that have been completely left out are at least minimum going to have a seat at the table. I'm not in favor of that, by the way. What I want is the 12 best teams on merit. I don't care if you want a crappy league. If you're not one of the 12 best, I don't want you in the field. But if this is the compromise to get to 12, it's what it's going to be. And I know the arguments. There's going to be teams that don't belong in there, and you're going to water down the regular season, blah, 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 blah. You watched football last night? Did you watch football last night? Did you watch the Backyard Brawl? Did you watch Penn State and Purdue last night? Some pretty entertaining football. Do you know what the conversation was 10 years ago? Well, you're going from 2 to 4. You're watering down the regular season. Were you thinking less of last night's game when you were watching it? Because there's 4 teams? Hell no, you weren't. You know it. Your ass is going to be in the seat, either at a stadium, in front of a TV, watching because you love it. Because we love college football. The product is still awesome. This is just a better way to crown a champion. Like every other sport in the history of mankind has a legitimate playoff. College football's heading there as well. And I'm glad they're going to 12. And they ain't done. It's going to get to more. Like, it will go beyond 12. Like, that'll happen. It may be 12 for a decade, just like we've had 4 since 2014, and maybe at the earliest. And by the way, this was a unanimous vote. So if they get all the logistics in order of revenue distribution, format, etc., it could be 2024 whenever you have an expanded playoff. But like we talked about, it's always been an inevitability. Expanding the playoff was always going to come, just like college football eventually breaking from the NCAA and becoming its own entity, likely run by the college football playoff. We're heading there. It's like if you're selling a home. You have your price on your home. You have it. Like what you're willing to pay. Someone says, "Hey, I'll give you $225." No. Like, what if if your number for your home that you are willing to pay someone is $225, they want $300. You're just you gonna keep stair-stepping down? That's what this has been essentially. You just keep price reducing till you get to the point where it is. I mean, that's where we are here. It's an inevitability. It's always been an inevitable end here. This is where we were going. So they're at 12. We'll see how they structure it, how they format it, how they do the revenue distribution, if they're able to get all of that in place to start this thing in 2 years. I would love to see it if, in fact, it happened that way. If not, maybe 25 or 26 at the latest. But college football playoff expansion is coming. That's a great thing here on the heels of week 1 of the college football season. Had some great games last night. You got more tonight. Phil Steele previews the full slate coming up less than 10 minutes from right now. Of course, part of that slate is LSU, Florida State. Brian Kelly met with the media and then had his coach's show at TJ Ribs. One of the things we've talked about since Monday when Brian Kelly said that he made his quarterback decision over the weekend, one thing we didn't ask him was whether or not he had actually told the players. He was asked that last night, and apparently it's been one really well-kept secret.
The starting quarterback, has he been told he's starting?
Yes.
And what's the thought process? You wanted him to have it in his head a few days in advance to start?
We've told the team. We announced it to the team.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
I wanted the team to know so we don't go out on the practice field and the defense is over there going, all right, why wouldn't coach let us know? But we told them we didn't want it out on social media, so they did a really good job of keeping it from you guys.
I love the last part the best. Now, of course, I would love to know who the starter is, but from an LSU perspective, consider this. You got 100 college football players, college, 18 to 22 years old. In some instances, you have 5th and 6th year seniors who are a little bit older, but you understand my point. College, 100 of them. You've got assistant coaches. You've got sports information staff, sports training staff, sports medicine staff, all of the people that are out there, recruiters, all the people affiliated with LSU football, all the support personnel who are all out there. And nobody spilled the beans. How easy would it have been for one guy on that team to tell a girlfriend, to tell a parent, to tell a roommate, to tell a friend back home, or a coach or support staff member to tell a reporter who they have a relationship with, or something along those lines, or a spouse who then tells, you understand what I mean? Like how quickly that can spread, and nobody spilled the beans. I know Brian Kelly throws out alignment all the time, and it's probably so much now that it's becoming cliche. It's actually going to become cliche to say it's cliche when you're talking about his buzzwords. But that should actually be a great illustration of how much trust there is in that building right now with the coaching staff. If not one college-age kid on a team of 100 spilled the beans to one person to where it got out, because it had gotten out, that's really, really impressive. All right, it's after further review. We'll knock out a break. Theriot coming up next hour. When we return, I'm fired up for it. It's a Football Friday. Phil Steele picking the biggest games in college football, including games against the spread. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Clegg's Nursery with 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. You got football all day on Saturday, but of course the Tigers don't play till Sunday, which means you have got all day Saturday if you want it, and even all day Sunday because the Tigers don't play until Sunday night to get by Clegg's Nursery. You want to get in that garden? You want to plant those vegetable seeds, Johnny Naylor seeds for that fall vegetable garden? Your fall bedding plants, great time to get by Clegg's. They've got full greenhouses. They've got Johnny Naylor seeds. If you want to get that fall bedding plants, the fall vegetable garden, get in it right now this weekend at Clegg's Nursery. Of course, they got great decor as well, and they're partnered with True Value Hardware Store. So whatever you'd find at a True Value Hardware Store, you'd also find at Clegg's Nursery. All you deer hunters out there, you know the drill. Mow bucks, deer corn, buck busters, rice bran. They've got all of it at Clegg's, so support a great local business, any of the 4 locations. Buy local, shop local, tell them Matt sent you to Clegg's Nursery.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Order curbside pickup online or with Rouse's Market Shopping app and let Rouse's personal shopper shop for you. Curbside pickup is free and you pay the same price for groceries as in-store. Use code SAINTS20 and save $20 on orders of $100 or more. That's curbside convenience. Shopper style.
Oh, yeah!
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at revelryteam.com. Revelry Sports, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
You know it is a football Friday when you hear this man's voice. We are thrilled to welcome back to AFR for every football Friday to preview the biggest games in the week in college football. It is Phil Steele. Phil, how are you?
You know, I'm doing great, Matt. We finally got football back on the thing, and this Saturday I'll have all 12 TVs rolling for the Saturday games for the first time this year.
It is going to be an awesome slate here in week one. It actually, Phil, we had ball last night and a couple of good ones tonight. I'm curious, let me just start before we get into Saturday. Do you have a feeling on this Illinois-Indiana game tonight? Because we've seen that line come down, and Indiana is only about I'm looking at about a 1-point home favorite right now over Brett Bielema's Illinois Fighting Illini.
Yeah, I do. When you watch last week's game between Illinois and Wyoming, Wyoming is a team that was greatly depleted by the transfer portal. There was a couple teams around the country that had a lot of losses in the transfer portal and really didn't bring anyone in. They had a really bad switch at the quarterback position. They bring in the backup quarterback from Utah State and sent their solid quarterback to Utah State through the transfer portal, sort of like a bad trade for him. And Peasley really struggled in the opener for Wyoming throwing the football. So Illinois was very impressive, and that's why the number's coming down. Everybody just watched Illinois play, and they were so impressive. But that was at home against a team that's really depleted. Now, meanwhile, Indiana's a team that, if you remember last year when they played Cincinnati, Indiana had dominated that game. In fact, they were on the verge of blowing Cincinnati out. They forced a punt, and then their star linebacker was called for targeting on the play. Gave Cincinnati a first down, and it was back and forth all the way. They almost beat Cincinnati, though, at home. They lost a lot of players to injury, lost about 20 players to season-ending injuries last year, including their quarterback. They were down to a six-string quarterback. I think this year's Indiana is going to more resemble that 2020 Indiana. They're at home for this. They're fired up. It's a must-win game for Tom Allen and company right off the bat. And Illinois has got to go on the road for it. So I think there's a lot of value in the fact that Illinois was so impressive last week against Wyoming that we're getting this one under a field goal.
All right, so Phil Steele likes the Hoosiers at home. The morning slate on Saturday is kind of a nice appetizer for what's really to come in the afternoon. Let's move into that afternoon window, Phil. I do want to talk about the couple of big games that are going to tee it up and kick it off. And one, of course, in the SEC, the defending national champion, Georgia Bulldogs. They're in Atlanta against Oregon. All the storylines, Dan Lanning, Georgia's DC, now the head coach at Oregon, Bo Nix, is that we all know all that. Oregon is a 16-point underdog in this game. Phil, the number looks so huge when I stare at it. Should we expect a more competitive game than what the odds makers think?
Yeah, I sure do. The line's actually 17 in most places, 16.5 in some others, and I definitely like the Ducks plus the points. I think Mario Cristobal did a fantastic job recruiting at Oregon, and if you look at their roster, when I went over it with Coach Lanning, they really go three deep in talent, and he really likes his linebacking core. Keep in mind, he had Georgia's linebackers last year, and he likes the group that he's got here this year with Sewell and with Justin Flo. They are loaded at the linebacker spot, DJ Johnson as well. So this is a talented Oregon team, one that's loaded at wide receiver. They've got Bo Nix at QB, and I have been a Bo Nix on the road, go against him every time type of guy. But last year, I think his final 2 games, didn't he go and beat LSU on the road with a couple of impressive plays?
Don't remind us, man. We got a taste of that last year.
Yeah, so it was one of those things where I think he got better in that situation. They're a talented team. Georgia's defense loses 8 draft picks, 5 of them in the first round. I think they'll be a good defense, a really good defense, top 10 defense, but just not as dominating as last year. So I see the Ducks definitely staying with Georgia in this one and making a game of it. And keep in mind, last year when Oregon traveled to face Ohio State, nobody gave Oregon a chance to win. They were a 14-point dog there, and they pretty much controlled that game. I don't expect the same outcome here. I think Georgia will win, but I'm definitely taking the points with the Ducks.
He's on Twitter at PhilSteele042, PhilSteele.com. We'll tell you about the Phil Steele Plus Tour as well. Those free selections are up already on the Phil Steele YouTube channel. We'll get to that. Also, in that 2:30 Central window, Phil, I'm fascinated by this. When you mentioned just a minute ago Cincinnati, the struggles last year against Indiana, well, now Cincinnati on the road against Arkansas. There are a lot of people in this part of the country that are buying Arkansas this year. What say you, Phil? Arkansas, about a touchdown favorite. I'm looking at 6.5 right now. Hogs at home against the Bearcats.
Yeah, Sam Pittman's 2 for 2 in my book. His first year, he took over in a COVID year without the benefit of spring practice, took on 10 SEC teams and was an underdog in all 10. Somehow he went 3-7 and nearly had 3 other wins, close losses, which they could easily have won. And then last year, dominate Texas A&M, rolled to a 9-4 season and beat Penn State in the Outback Bowl. So he's doing a tremendous job there. They're at home. They do have South Carolina on deck, but I think they're the better team at home, should be able to get the win. But Cincinnati, even though they lose a lot of talent, I mean, they lose their star quarterback from last year in Desmond Ridder. They lose their MVP running back in Jerome Ford. They lose their top receiver in Alex Pierce. They lose their top pass rusher in John Sanders. They lose the best cornerback combo in the country in Sauce Gardner and Kobe Bryant. But Fickle's been doing a good job building this team, so they still have talent there. I think they make a game of it. I like Arkansas to come away with the win at home, but I don't expect a blowout there.
All right, Phil Steele is with us. Let's stay in the SEC and move into that night window, Phil. And this is one that has a lot of people down here perplexed. Of course, Utah was a great team a year ago. We saw them in the in that fantastic Rose Bowl game against Ohio State. Now they go to Gainesville. Billy Napier, first year. Anthony Richardson's back at quarterback. LSU fans got a scare from him a year ago. Florida, a 3-point dog in the swamp to the Utes. What do you think, Phil? How does it play out there in Gainesville on Saturday night?
I think it's going to be a great game. I mean, when you look at Florida, they're my number 2 most improved team in the country, and they've got arguably the most athletically talented quarterback in Anthony Richardson in the country. I mean, this guy's got the size, the arm, the mobility, the speed. He's everything you want in a quarterback, and so they're going to be tough. They almost beat Alabama at home. That 2-point conversion at the end came up short, or they would have had a chance to send that thing to overtime. It's a very good Florida team. The swamp, the heat and humidity, even though it's at night, it's still going to be hotter and much hotter and humid than Utah. So a lot of advantages for Florida in this one, but Utah's got some advantages as well. Probably a little more talent. I like them at the line of scrimmage. They're top 10 in my both offensive line and defensive line, and they've got the more veteran quarterback. If you watch Anthony Richardson, most of his big plays last year came against weaker teams like USF. Meanwhile, Cam Rising, the quarterback for Utah, has been in big games and won big games. They beat Oregon twice handily and probably would have beat Ohio State had he not got injured in the fourth quarter. So better at the line of scrimmage, more veteran quarterback. And if Utah wins this game, Matt, I think they'll be favored in all the rest of their games this year. They'd have a great chance of making the playoffs. You may just be seeing a playoff team if they can escape the swamp. But I do think it's going to be a close game. I like the Utes to pull it out.
Couple more here for Phil Steele. You know, the 2 biggest games on the marquee, Phil, are probably Oregon, Georgia, and Notre Dame, Ohio State. I mean, just on the marquee, just the names. Those are also massive spreads. We just talked about Georgia and Oregon. What about Notre Dame going into the Horseshoe, where the defending Big Ten champ Buckeyes, or the defending Rose Bowl champ Buckeyes, are a 17-point favorite over Marcus Freeman's Irish?
Yeah, and once again, I think the spread, and it originally came out at something like 13 and got bet up really quick. There's a lot of action on Ohio State. I think everybody's expecting Ohio State to play Alabama in the championship game, as am I. I think Ohio State's going to be a double-digit favorite in every game this year and easily run the table and go undefeated. But I like Notre Dame plus the points here for a couple of reasons. Generally, when you have a first-year head coach like Marcus Freeman, there's a learning curve, but he was the defensive coordinator last year, and he's got a really good defense, a top 5 defense this year. Offensively, I think Buckner is going to do extremely well at the quarterback position. They're strong at the line of scrimmage. You look at their offensive line, Harry Heiston's back. I know Aaron Taylor is singing his praises. He says he's the best offensive line coach out there. So they have a top 10 O-line, a top 10 D-line. And as much as I think Jim Knowles is going to make an impact with Ohio State, remember at Oklahoma State, it's a little bit more of a complex defense. It took Oklahoma State about 3 years to get that thing down to where they needed to. I don't think it's going to take Ohio State 3 years, but I do think it's going to take a couple of games for it to look like the Jim Knowles defense that he had at Oklahoma State last year. Plenty of talent on that side of the ball. So even though Ohio State's got the offensive weapons, they've got 3 Heisman candidates on the offense with their quarterback, running back, and receiver. I think Notre Dame keeps this one under the total and makes it a closer than expected game.
All right, Phil, we'll tell the folks about the Phil Steele Plus Tour in just a second, but I got to get a thought on the game in New Orleans. Of course, the one that a lot of folks here are excited about, the debut of the Brian Kelly era. Again, a big name game here with LSU and Florida State. Odds makers have it around a field goal in the Dome. What are we going to expect, Phil, from an LSU team which looks completely made over from the Ed Ogeron era?
Yeah, and, that would be Florida State's biggest advantage is the fact that they have a third-year head coach who knows his system inside and out, knows the players inside and out, and has been getting better each season. They really came on in the second half of the season last year, and even in the opening game of the season last year against Notre Dame, ironically, they took that one to overtime, or took it right down to the wire with a close loss to the Irish there. So I think this is a very good Florida State team, one that's a veteran unit. They don't have much turnover at all. They've got Jordan Travis back at QB. The offensive line is improved, and so I think Florida State has got that advantage. But I think LSU's got more talented athletes, and also probably the matchup I like best would be LSU's defensive line. I think they've got 4 potential high draft picks on that D-line, taking on a Florida State offensive line that's allowed 149 sacks over the last 4 years. So as much as I think Florida State's got some advantage of being a much more in tune and up to their third-year head coach, I'm going to go with LSU to come out of that with the crowd edge. I do think it's going to be a close game, though. So I like LSU to win a close one in the Dome.
Phil, I think I see it that way as well, as do most people around here. Although, Phil, you poll LSU fans, you will get some 38-10s and things like that. And I just tell them, hey, you need to call. Hey, slow down a little bit. But if LSU can open up the season with a win and open the Brian Kelly era with a win, I think they'd be off to a great start, considering they've lost each of their last 2 season openers those final 2 years under Ed Ogeron. All right, Phil, it's that time of year. Of course, the Phil Steele Plus Tour is up at the Phil Steele YouTube channel. Why don't you explain for folks what they get when they go take the Phil Steele Plus Tour?
Yeah, basically you get 7 free selections, and I break it down completely. I don't just say, hey, I like this team plus the points or minus the points. I say, here's why I like this team, and I break it down, show you all the different graphics, and really give you reasons to like those teams. They had a really good record last year, hoping for another really good record this year. So far, the FBS plays are 2-1, got off to a decent start last week. And so if you would like to take the Phil Steele Plus Tour, it's absolutely free. Just go to philsteele.com or go to your YouTube channel and take the Phil Steele Plus Tour. The winners last week were Illinois over Wyoming and Vanderbilt over Hawaii. A couple of pretty easy winners. So do make sure you check that out. Absolutely free on the YouTube channel.
Make sure you subscribe up to Phil's YouTube channel. And if you hit the bell to set the notification, Phil usually drop that on Fridays around 10 o'clock Central Time. Is that about usually when it drops?
Yeah, first thing in the morning on Fridays. As soon as Todd gets me my graphics ready, I go ahead and cut it out. So set your notification bell so as soon as that goes live, you can go bet along with Phil's picks. Again, it gives you free selections on the Phil Steele Plus Tour. Pick up the Phil Steele, of course, College Football Preview Magazine. Go to philsteele.com, STEELE, philsteele.com. Phil, you're the best. Looking forward to doing this every Friday. Thanks as always. Hey, Matt, a lot of fun as always, my friend. Good to hear your voice again. It's been a while.
Absolutely. Phil Steele, we appreciate Phil every Friday. Theriot, 30 minutes from right now. Jay Ducote in studio in about 15 minutes, along with our friends from Chris's Specialty Foods. Our tailgate segment is back. We're fired up for it. Glad to have you here as well. All right, we'll knock out a quick break, go around the SEC. A couple of games, SEC teams in action last night. We'll recap that and some other goings-on around the league. That's coming up here next. Stick around. It's Football Friday edition of AFR.
AFR.
I have told you in the past that Darren James is as creative a marketer as I've ever been around. This may be his best idea yet. It's a Darren James exclusive. It's buy one, list one for free. There is no catch. You got to call Darren to get more information. But essentially, what it boils down to is if you're selling your home and planning on buying another one, if you hire Darren on the buy side, meaning to represent you as you go buy a home, he will list your home for free. You want to learn more? If you're listing your home presently for sale by owner and you don't call Darren James, I can't help you. 335-7666, 335-7666, or agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
As a community bank, B1 Bank invests in relationships with the people and businesses we proudly represent. Our B1 bankers are here to help simplify the complicated, understand your needs, and make managing your finances easier. At B1 Bank, we offer an array of solutions to help simplify your transaction needs. B1 Bank, one highly personal banking experience. Visit us online at b1bank.com for more information.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Jack gives us versatility, so he can play inside. He's a guy that you can obviously move outside because of his size and gives you one-on-one matchups. But I just think what it does is it just gives you more tools to work with and gives Coach Denbrock many more tools. I know Cortez Hankton, our wide receiver coach, is so excited to have him back. He just gives you great versatility to your offense.
Jack Besh, of course. Brian Kelly on his coaches show Thursday night. Jack Besh had a fantastic freshman season in Baton Rouge. Especially after Kayshon Boutte went down. Besh really stepped up and emerged during that freshman season. And remember, Besh spent a big chunk of that season playing tight end. This year, he is in a traditional wide receiver role, and it's going to be really exciting to watch Jack, see what how he blossoms here in year 2. As much as we've talked about all week, we've broken down this game so many times, but the big giant advantage for LSU is their receivers. There is a massive difference between the skills that and the talent LSU has on the outside as opposed to Florida State, and I do believe that is going to be the difference in this ballgame. Watched a lot of football last night. By the way, Muse, did you see the Otters' picks last night?
Otter had a pretty good night, man.
Okay, so the Otter, he gave us a Penn State laying the 3.5. That hit. The Otter gave us West Virginia plus the 7.5. He said also go ahead and make a small play on the money line, which did not hit. But, man,
it's close.
Boy, I mean, bro, the receiver from West Virginia, number 0, lets the ball go through his hands. It results in the game-winning pick 6. I mean, it wasn't like it was a high throw. JT Daniels put it on him. Anyway, so that was close. But if you made a bigger bet on the spread, smaller bet on the money line, you still came up plus units there. And then he also gave us Central Michigan plus 20.5.
21.5.
21.5. That hit. And the over in the Oklahoma State Central Michigan game, which was 58, that hit at half.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Oklahoma State scored 58 alone in that ball game. That was a rocking chair. I mean, you cashed that ticket before halftime in that ball game. So, Otter had himself a
Did he have one more? Or no, that was it. It's Penn State.
Really nice day. I just couldn't help but notice in that Central Michigan-Oklahoma State game, 58-44, Cowpokes gave up 44 points to Central Michigan.
They did. Yeah.
Stunning. Who's the DC at Oklahoma State?
Oh, that's you know him, Derek Mason, Matt.
Oh, you mean the Derek Mason that people insisted was a really good defensive coordinator, just a bad head coach?
No, yeah, that's the guy.
That guy?
That's
the same one? Mm-hmm. The guy who I said forever, no, he actually is a crappy defensive coordinator. People just keep giving him a pass. That Derek Mason?
Yeah, the guy who was at Stanford and then Vanderbilt. Yeah,
him. Because like when he was at Stanford, all they do is run the ball, shorten the game. Kind of like when John Chavis was at LSU. When your defense is on the field for 45 plays a game, you're going to rank higher because you're just not out there very much.
Similar.
Him. And then he went to Vanderbilt and his defense is stunk, and then went to Auburn and he stunk, and now he's at Oklahoma State and apparently they stink.
It's what it looks like, yes.
Oh, no, but I thought he was a really good defensive coordinator. He just wasn't a good head coach.
That's the word around town, Matt.
Oh.
But I mean, whew.
Evidence suggests the contrary.
Can you imagine going from Jim Knowles to Derek Mason?
I don't have to imagine.
Ouch.
That's a reality.
I mean,
that's a thing that's happened right now in Stillwater. And despite being up 51-10?
15. 51-15.
51-15.
At the start of the third quarter.
51-15. Central Michigan put up a 22 spot in the fourth quarter on Derek Mason, that vaunted Derek Mason defense. Great defensive coordinator. It wasn't head coaching material. Vanderbilt, tough job, but great defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. You know who you are. We do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
The Tennessee Volunteers. Around the SEC. Presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Excellence in Imaging Solution. The Tennessee Volunteers.
No worries, Muse. It's a new segment. We'll get it eventually once we've done it a few times. Literally done around the SEC since the first day of After Further Review.
Every single day.
Literally since the very first day of this show. Hendon Hooker threw for 222 yards, 2 scores, ran for 2 more. Tennessee blasted Ball State 59-10. It was 38-0 at half. Charles Chalkagriff nailed this one, as Jimmy Ott coined him last night. Vol defense came up with 3 turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble. The Vols head to Pitt on September the 10th.
The Missouri Tigers.
Mizzou got a win, large part thanks to the job by new defensive coordinator Blake Baker. How about 3 first-half interceptions? That's the first time Missouri has had 3 interceptions in the first half since September 4th, 1982. That was the year I was born. Matty Moe was 2 months old the last time that happened. Incredible, Poppy. Brady Cook threw for 196, a pick, and ran for a touchdown. Mizzou visits K-State next Saturday.
The Ole Miss Rebels.
Wide receiver Dennis Jackson has entered the transfer portal just one day before the season starts. He's a 4th-year senior. He'll have 2 seasons to play elsewhere. Ole Miss added 4 new experienced pass catchers in the transfer portal this offseason, so Jackson didn't look like he was going to have much of a role. Caught 12 balls a year ago in 11 games. He was the number 22 wide receiver in the country, a 4-star in the class of 2019.
The Alabama Crimson Tide.
There's a large sect. I didn't know this. There's a large sect of Alabama fans who really want the program to bring back their white helmets with the red details that they wore back in the 60s and the 70s. Nick Saban, however, said, "Night." Quote, "To me, there's an expectation when we run out of the tunnel, this is the brand." So, if Nick Saban don't want white helmets, you ain't getting white helmet stuff.
The South Carolina Gamecocks.
And the long, sordid debate over the mascot's name there at South Carolina has been settled. Did you know this was a long, sordid debate, Muse?
If long, sordid is like the last few weeks, then yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah. Then yeah.
So South Carolina's got a mascot. Their live cock. Sir Big Spur is his name. Was his name. Well, 3 days ago, they changed the name to The General. Feedback to the athletic department about the new name was not very good. So the old owners, Mary Snelling and Ron Albertelli, and the new owners, Beth and Van Clark, got together and agreed to keep the old name for this season. So Sir Big Spur, who briefly had his name changed to The General, is now once again called Sir Big Spur. One very obvious question. Why can't this university get their own chicken? Why do they have to have a chicken on loan from somebody else?
Good question.
It ain't a tiger. It ain't Ralphie the buffalo. It's not Bevo, the 1,000-pound steer that takes a crap in the end zone. It's a chicken. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC. Presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Shout out to our guy Trey Beal and our friends Gulf Coast Office Products. Online at gcopnet.com, gcopnet.com for Gulf Coast Office Products. 45 years in business, a national leader among Savin dealers, but they will service all different makes and models. Gulf Coast Office Products for the last 20 years has been an official partner of LSU Athletics. They are phenomenal. Face-to-face sales service after the sale. That's Gulf Coast Office Products. GCOPnet.com. Okay, we'll knock out our final break here of hour number 1. When we come back, Jay Ducote in studio along with our friends from Chris's Specialty Foods. The tailgate segment is coming up next on AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by the Baton Rouge General Hospital, brgeneral.org, brgeneral.org. We are heading into a holiday weekend, so make sure you get to the website, brgeneral.org, to check on those Labor Day closures for the holiday weekend. But, you know, if you need emergency care, the Baton Rouge General has got you covered at both the Mid-City and Bluebonnet locations. The Mid-City campus reopened their ER mid-COVID and have remained open since. When our community needed them, the Baton Rouge General stepped up. Of course, the Baton Rouge General is part of the Mayo Clinic Care Network. What that means is your doctor here gets clinical collaboration, access to the experts and the research at the Mayo Clinic at no extra cost to you. That's how they continue to expand healthcare in Baton Rouge. brgeneral.org to learn more. brgeneral.org. But all of the different services offered by the Baton Rouge General Hospital, including their express care locations. The Baton Rouge General Hospital, part of the Mayo Clinic Care Network.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
ITI's got all these programs. Once I started and learned everything about the school, it was worth it.
The challenges that ITI presented me with, it allowed me to build myself up.
All because of ITI, I actually was able to get a job within 3 months before graduation in my field.
Get the hands-on training you need for the job you've always wanted. With so many companies hiring right now, it's the perfect time to come to ITI Technical College. Enroll today for a better life.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at revelryteam.com. Revelry Sports, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics.
Shop, shop,
Order curbside pickup online or with Rouse's Market Shopping app and let Rouse's personal shopper shop for you. Curbside pickup is free and you pay the same price for groceries as in-store. Use code SAINTS20 and save $20 on orders of $100 or more. That's curbside convenience. Shopper style.
Oh, yeah!
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Vizzy, the first hard seltzer with antioxidant vitamin C. It just hits different.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. At LSU, we play hard, but we tailgate harder. Light your burner. Fire up the grill. It's time for our Football Fridays tailgate recipe of the week with celebrity chef Jay Ducote.
I was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I really learned how to cook tailgating for LSU football.
Of BiteandBooze.com.
There's whole pigs cooking in Cajun microwaves and big cast iron pots of gumbo and jambalaya and red beans and rice and these amazing South Louisiana dishes. That's how I learned how to cook.
All right, wrapping up hour number one. We are thrilled you are here and thrilled to welcome Jay Ducote back for the football tailgate segment. Coben Leindecker is here as well from Chris's Specialty Foods. Gentlemen, how are you?
Go Tigers, Matt. Good to be back.
It is great to have you
Yeah,
back.
great to be here, man.
Dude, the first Football Friday, it feels like it again. Before we delve into this, Jay, though, we kind of have a little bit of an announcement because we've done this every Friday since we built this video studio, which was 2017.
I was going to say, it feels like 5 or 6 years. That's about right.
This would be year 6. But it's going to be a little different this year because of obligations with the Jay Ducote show.
Yeah, there's just no way I'm going to be in studio every Friday. I know the next 3 Fridays I'm on location at Sugarfield Spirits for the opening of their winery and cidery next Friday, so I'm not in studio to be able to be here right before I go on the air. The following week, I'm in Atlanta that weekend for Atlanta Food and Wine Festival and some other things. So I'm not going to be here for that weekend. The following weekend, I'm that Friday, I'm live from Soulshine Kitchen and Bar. So yeah, we're not going to be able to do it every Friday to this football season, but I'll pop in when I can.
Well, when you are here, Jay will be here at studio. We're going to continue this segment with our friends from Chris's Specialty Foods, and we'll see kind of how it evolves throughout the season. But it's been so cool to have you in here for the last 5 years, going on to 6 years, to talk food and booze, because it's such a part of the culture around South Louisiana, of course, football game days as well. So let's start. Kobe, what did you bring today?
Today I brought one of our custom football platters. I brought so we have some new items in the store. That is a stuffed jalapeno and cheddar ribeye burger right there. And our newest item over there, those are our Cajun chicken bites. So we have a homemade Cajun new chicken tender that we're doing for platters, and then that's our smoked boudin.
Okay, so with the burgers, real quick, which Paul's showing you right there, is the beef stuffed with the cheddar, or?
Yeah, so it is the cheddar cheese and the jalapenos are blended and mixed with the ribeye in there.
That's incredible. Jay, how easy or difficult is it to do something like that? Like if someone's putting together a tailgate, if they wanted to cook there, or a game watch at home to do something like that?
Yeah, so I love platters like this, and by all means, there's ways to do it yourself, but working with people like Chris Specialty Foods, makes it so easy to just get a platter like this and have it all there for you. They also sell all sorts of things that you can pick up out of their freezer or fresh foods, and you can cook it yourself. Get all that boudin linked up and grill it at your house, put it on the smoker for a little while, keep it warm, slice it up, have it really fresh. It's a great way to do it as well. It's a good-looking platter.
This is a great, especially with the game in New Orleans this week. So, a lot of people, like Coben, you'll have a New Orleans store as well.
Yep, in Lakeview.
In Lakeview. So if you're going to the game and you're looking to set up, even if it's like a parking garage type setup, or it's just New Orleans. You don't have big open spaces to tailgate, so it's tough. So this is a really good option. But Jay, if people are going to be trying to tailgate in New Orleans, do you have a recommendation of what to? Obviously you could pick up a platter like this, which is awesome and easy either way. But what would you do? Yeah,
you're right. So tailgating in New Orleans is definitely trickier.
We should do this too, by the way. Yeah.
This is what I do.
Yeah. Yep. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers to football season.
I brought in some Paradise Parks from my friends at Urban South Brewery in New Orleans. That's where I tailgate. I just tailgate at the breweries. So Urban South, one of my favorites on Tchoupitoulas, really easy to get to the Dome from there.
We were at Urban South a couple months ago with our tour in New Orleans.
We were. Good proximity to the Dome and the warehouse district and all that. I just heard from Jacob Landry, one of the owners of Urban South Brewing, and he said there's Seminole fans in there already. So Tiger fans need to get over there and wear them out this weekend.
Florida State fans, I'm glad they're coming. Come spend your money. By all means, please come spend your money, take your whipping, and go on home. But I was talking to some Florida State fans, and 20 years ago, actually it was Jeff Cameron, who was on the show yesterday with us, who War Chant, does radio in Tallahassee. For years, they just did New Orleans. It was like Sugar Bowl every year.
Yeah.
When Florida State was so good, they were here so regularly. It got kind of, for lack of a better phrase, kind of tired. But they've been so bad now for so long, they're desperate to have something like this again. So I think Florida State fans are pretty excited to be in the city. Yeah.
Good. I like that. And I like them going to New Orleans and spending their money.
Yes.
Eating out, checking out the breweries, doing all that.
Coben, wait, real quick, because we got 2 minutes left. I want to talk about the game as well. Coben, if people want to put in an order, let's say game is Sunday, are y'all open on Sundays?
Yep. We're open from 11 to 5. You can call at any time. Tell them what you want. And this weekend, for the start of kickoff, we are doing 10% off all hamburgers and steaks for the first week of football.
So Prairieville, Airline Highway in Prairieville, Millerville, Lakeview, and then, of course, in Frisco, Texas as well. So check out Chris's. They've been great partners of ours for so long, and the products are awesome. So it just makes all of this so easy. So remember our friends at Chris's during tailgate season. So what are you going to be doing for the game?
I'm probably going to be watching it at either a house party or bar party here in Baton Rouge somewhere. I'm not leaving town, not going to make it to New Orleans myself. I'm smoking briskets overnight tonight, and then the rest of Saturday I'm going to recover, and then Sunday I'm probably going to take it easy, and I'm going to watch a lot of football this weekend, I hope.
I will be doing that as well. All right, so game, what's our level of confidence here? Coben, you go first.
With the defensive line, I don't think they're a running football team. I don't think they'll be able to run the ball on us like they did. I got LSU in a 10-point win.
What do you think? Score-ish?
Yeah. I see like 30, 31, 21, somewhere up in there.
31, 20. I would take that, man.
Yeah,
What you got?
absolutely. Man, I like the Tigers in this one. I really do. I think I like what Brian Kelly has done with this program. I like the control that he has over this team. I like the culture that it seems like we've got out of the locker room. I think we're in for a good start to the season.
Yeah.
I feel good about it. Kind of about at that same level. I'm going to go LSU 27, Florida State 21.
He is Jay Ducote. He's coming up on Talk 107.3 FM. Coben, thanks so much for coming in. Y'all check out ChrisSpecialtyFoods.com. Theriot in studio next.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Shawbills. I know you can sneak out. I know you got to go. ShawBillsTire.com. ShawBillsTire.com. Bumper to bumper auto service and name brand tires at wholesale prices. That's Shawbills. If you're heading down to New Orleans, it's not too late. You need your oil change, your tire rotated, whatever auto maintenance you need. Shawbills can do it all. Squeaky brakes, anything that you got that's concerning, a broken tail light, whatever, they got you at Shawbills. So go to the website. You can shop tires. You look at the homepage. You'll see where it says Shop Tires. Just hit that tab, and you could search by make, model, whatever you need for your specific vehicle. You can also schedule service. So if you need service and you want to not have to just bring it in and wait, you can obviously bring it in, schedule a time to be there, and then you can wait on your vehicle while you're there. Remember, they got free Wi-Fi and comfortable furniture and flat screen TVs and a great coffee and sort of kitchenette station as well. I get a lot of work done at Shawbills whenever I go wait on my vehicle. ShawBillsTire.com. Bumper to bumper auto service and name brand tires at wholesale prices. Shawbills, we keep you rolling.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. The College Football Playoff Board of Managers, made up of school presidents and chancellors, votes today to expand the playoff from 4 teams to 12 teams in 2026. But this new format could start as early as 2024 if FBS conference commissioners vote to accept it next week. Serena Williams on center stage again tonight at the U.S. Open, a third-round match against Ayla Tomljanovic. ESPN's Darren Cahill.
I reckon she's surprised everybody but herself, because Serena expects herself to play to this level, and now she's at a level where she's going to walk into any match against any player, and we expect this type of tennis from her. So she's been an absolute joy to watch.
Darren Cahill, live coverage of the Open right now on ESPN, and coverage of the Williams match at 7 Eastern. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reports Arizona Cardinals safety Jalen Thompson will get a long-term extension worth up to $40 million. And after almost 40 years with the team, Bears president and CEO Ted Phillips will retire after the 2022 season.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
You look at Notre Dame, where are they going to be in the end, though? Are they going to be in the mix in the end? I don't think so.
Get more from the guys Monday morning at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
Call him the Riot, born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger, he going beast mode, baby he a beast though, what you think he supposed to do, you pitch a better reload, get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Here comes Theriot, the throw, not in time, Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN New Orleans.
This is legit, dude. Check me out. I got camo paint on my face.
Ryan Theriot hitless in 4 at-bats.
When it's 20 degrees, Matt, and you're sitting in a deer stand, it's freezing cold. Okay, you need a beanie on your head.
Our weekly visit with Ryan Theriot is brought to you by Bowie Outfitters. Bowie Outfitters, your home for everything outdoors.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt. I am sweating. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You so. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right. Football Friday. Terrio's here. You fired up?
Fired up.
Got to see a good game last weekend, huh?
Last weekend was good.
Yeah,
it was a good game.
Right.
A good little couple
Bears
good
got themselves a win over the Dunham Tigers. Boy, it was a good time.
Game. It was a good matchup.
Good time watching that. Yeah.
It's a good matchup.
Sure it
was. It was a close, hard-fought game. Good matchup.
Yeah.
It was
I think
good
Catholic
football.
ran for about 15 yards a carry, something like that.
It was fun. Yeah, Dunham was right under there, probably like 13. It was close. Yeah, it was a good game. Good game. Very evenly matched two teams for sure. You got it. Look, you got to tip your hat to the 5-star all-world receiver from Catholic, Shelton Sampson. Made a couple plays as advertised. He played well. But the Cur Dog defense, on the other hand, I'm not sure that the boys from the past would have been too happy about that performance. But it is what it was. It was an even game. Even game, I will say this about it. It's my observation. To all those that were there, which I know is a lot of people in Baton Rouge were there, the place was packed. Shout out to the students and fans that showed up. But it's the first time, I think, in the history of those two schools where when you looked at the O-line and the D-line, the Dunham players were actually bigger than the Catholic players. It was crazy, the craziest thing I'd ever seen. But it is what it is. A good game, hard-fought game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got the Calicat sticker on the back glass of your truck?
For what?
Well, I mean,
I won the bet. I won the bet.
You won no bet at all.
I won the bet.
You did not win a bet.
I won the bet.
Calic High won the game.
8.5 points.
No, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we are going to revisit this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is coming up very shortly. We are going to revisit this. And by the way, at the start of next hour, 1 hour from right now, it will be our Pick'em segment. Theriot and I, of course, have a season-long contest.
That you cheat on every year.
Season-long contest where we will pick the biggest games in college football. I'm very interested.
I'm not playing this year.
I'm very interested to hear what your picks are going to be in 1 hour from right now.
I'm not playing because you cheat. Every time I get a lead, you cheat and somehow figure out a way to win. And you're picking the games too. So I'm not playing this year.
It's the biggest games every week. I'll tell you the games.
Who tallies it up? Paul, I'm not in this year.
LSU, Florida State.
I'm out.
Notre Dame, Ohio State.
I'm not playing.
Florida, Utah. I'm telling you the games. It's always the biggest. We picked 6 of the biggest games.
I'm not playing this year.
Cincinnati against Arkansas. Yeah, it's the games. What else is going on in your world?
I've spent all week trying to figure out how I'm going to make people's roofs work. Okay, you spent all week researching these games. I've also spent.
All I hear is excuses.
I've spent my entire week. I drive around a lot.
All I hear is excuses.
We get a call, somebody has a leak or they need an inspection or something at HUDCO, like we drop everything and we go immediately. That's what we do. It's quick service. Last thing I want is somebody's home to get wet.
Oh, so, there's a new voice recording.
It is. I heard it.
So if you call the HUDCO phone number, which in the 225 is 364-1007, 364-1007, if some odd chance someone's not able to answer your call and it goes to voicemail, the voice recording is your boy.
Yeah, it's good. It's pro. I heard it. It was good. Good job. Well done.
Pretty proud of myself. I think I nailed it.
No, you did good on that.
Sound like a guy who's recorded a lot of things in his life.
No, it was good. It was pro. It was pro. Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Neat.
Yeah, so this week I've been running the roads a lot.
Have you?
Well, it's rained for 3 weeks straight, so people are now going, hey, like I've got water spots. Can y'all come through?
Yeah. That's a true story.
Yeah. So I made a few observations, and it led to my letter, so I'd like to discuss that and read that to you guys. Pretty good.
Okay, yeah, please.
All right. Okay, dear school carpool lines that spill over into public roads. Yeah. It's a real thing. This is a problem.
Is it?
Is a problem. In East Baton Rouge Parish only, though. This doesn't happen in Livingston or Ascension. We'll talk about that.
Why not?
It's bad enough that I have to look at all the grocery getters with the Stick Family stickers and the 30A stickers on the back of them while I'm driving around town.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Happens all day long.
All day. Yep.
But now you sprinkle throughout the city. You're sprinkled throughout the city from 7 to 8:15 and 2 to 3:30. You guys are preventing productive people like myself from getting anywhere on time. Mayfair Elementary, off of Perkins. Absolutely brutal. It's a main corridor, and y'all think it's okay to totally screw up traffic flow. The street shuts down. Hyacinth cuts through all the way, shuts down.
What element?
Mayfair.
Where's that?
Right off of Perkins. Hyacinth. You go through off Perkins, get all the way to Starring, kind of a little cut-through thing. Oh, yeah. Shuts down. Parkview Baptist.
Hyacinth was down by Acadian.
Parkview Baptist.
Okay. Oh.
Are we really jamming up Airline Highway at 7 in the morning and at 3 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday? It's only the most busy road in our state.
Well, I-10, actually, because nobody knows how to get anywhere in the city without going on I-10.
There's more Denali's and expeditions than a cheer force competition sitting on Airline Highway waiting to get into Parkview Baptist to pick up a little Johnny from school. And don't you dare try to get to Highland Road or Burbank from Gardere either, because St. Jude has taken that street over. I'm talking to you, Erica Moscona.
Oh, bro, you are in the dog house already when you said she didn't do anything.
Where do you guys get off and shutting that whole street down?
That, I'm going to tell you, man, that carpool thing, that is her baby. Keeping that thing moving?
Well.
Keeping that thing moving is her baby.
I got some ideas.
Okay. Get her on the phone.
Speaking of ideas, all the Idea Academy schools might as well have been located on I-10. They picked the absolute worst place to build these schools and put, like, really? You're going to put one on Burbank and Bluebonnet and have the people park to pick up their kids on the shoulder? It's ridiculous.
That's right by Traction, that school right there.
It's so stupid. Catholic and St. Joseph's aren't too bad.
Well, there's no carpool.
Because there's neighborhoods and there's really no carpool, but because there's 0 parking spots, your poor students have to pay the neighborhood residents to park in their driveways during school hours.
That's actually not a bad option as opposed to like parking at the back of Westmoreland.
They didn't put that in your fee bill for 16 G's, did they? You gotta pay grandma $9.95 a day to park in her driveway.
$9.95.
So stupid.
Gotta keep it under $10 so it looks better.
Sweet planning. Good job, guys.
The school's only been there for 80 years in that location. I mean, come on. What do you want from them, bro? They've been there. They've been in that location since I think the 50s.
You got every house around Catholic High and St. Joe's. Those people don't work. They just collect parking money. That's all they do.
That's how they keep building new stories on the house.
Yeah. We got some rich kids coming this year. We're going to up the rent. Baton Rouge Visual Arts.
$13.99 a day.
Yeah. Baton Rouge Visual Arts shuts down Acadian. Shuts it down. Westdale Heights screws up College Drive. Like, we're talking, like, these are real schools. These are real roads. Yeah. College Drive, Acadian, Burbank, Brightside, Highland Road.
Real roads.
These are real roads. For the schools like Dunham and St. Thomas More that are also located in neighborhoods, the carpool lines are a giant pain for anyone who lives there. I love the mom that parks her Range Rover in front of the resident's driveway entrance, not allowing the homeowner to get into their driveway. I mean, how selfish can you guys be? The world does not revolve around your Starbucks and yoga schedule. Move your ass out of the way so Grandma can get inside and watch Maury Povich.
Is Maury Povich still on?
Hopefully.
Is he alive? Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see.
It's a good show.
Yeah, for sure.
When I was in elementary school at Broadmoor, Matt, and middle school at Sherwood, and go Falcons, you either rode the bus or you walked home. Nobody got picked up by their parents. The main issue here is the school bus no longer exists. For some reason, parents think it's a good idea to be late to work because they've had to drop their kids off, and it's fine to knock off early from work to go pick them up. EBR school system needs to do a better job providing the proper bus availability, and these spoiled kids and helicopter parents need to let them ride the bus. Last thing, kids, stop taking so long getting off the bus when you get dropped off. This is one of my pet peeves. I hope you realize that your bus driver shuts down the entire street with those flashing stop signs. Meanwhile, you're in the back playing pencil break with Gunner and Preston, and I got places to go. Sincerely, Ryan.
Or how did Gunner and Preston get brought into this, man?
Back there playing pencil break.
Leave them out of this.
Get off that bus.
Leave Gunner and Preston out of this. All right, we'll do Kick Rocks next. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Insurance Network of Louisiana. You break that pencil, saving money on your insurance?
Yeah, it's good. Go with it.
I don't know.
Yep. If you break the pencil, saving money on your insurance.
I got it. If while you're in that traffic, you rear end someone and you're thinking, oh no, what's this going to do to my insurance?
Or I broke my pencil. What am I going to do?
Call Insurance Network of Louisiana. Yeah. Better coverage for less money, 293-0450, 293-0450, or lainsurance.net. It's so easy. Just call our friends over at Insurance Network of Louisiana. They will shop independently for free to get you better coverage for less money. There's no catch.
Mm-mm.
There's one of two results. Either they come back and they say, hey, look, we couldn't find better coverage for less money. Stick with what you got. It's perfect. Or they say, hey, we found you better coverage for less money. You should switch. And you do. It's that easy. 293-0450, 293-0450, or check them out online at lainsurance.net.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
3 people walk into a bar. The first 2 order the same old margs. The third, Nuevo Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer. Crafted with real lime juice and the crisp tequila flavor. Topo Chico Margarita Hard Seltzer.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Order curbside pickup online or with Rouse's Market Shopping app and let Rouse's personal shopper shop for you. Curbside pickup is free and you pay the same price for groceries as in-store. Use code SAINTS20 and save $20 on orders of $100 or more. That's curbside convenience. Shopper style.
Oh, yeah! I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money.
Make that thing clap. Those in the club spinning those when it's fat. Thinking real fine, standing 5'9", high heels on, right on time. Oh man, look at Shorty, she making that thing jiggle. I like the way it walks.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Can I tell you something about Bowie?
I would love it if you would tell me something about Bowie.
Let me tell you something about Bowie.
Okay.
First off, this place has been in existence forever, and it's a Baton Rouge staple.
Lee came out to Oliver Twist on Wednesday.
Because that's who he is.
Oh, no.
Because that's what Bowie is. They're embedded in the community of Baton Rouge. And
well, he also came out because there was $5 Weller single barrel, and that's that just doesn't really happen. So I think he came out for that.
But he's a man of the community.
Or for the $5 Weller single barrel.
Because they do the same thing in Lake Charles. Because they have a store there. They do the same thing in Natchez. Because that's what Bowie is. They're not just some big corporate store. Like, this is local.
That's true, but it was also the $5 Weller single barrel, and mostly that.
If you like to hunt and fish, go to Bowie Outfitters this weekend. Second Amendment Parish Tax-Free Weekend, September 2nd through Sunday, September the 4th. Save on the entire store. Save big on guns. Look, tons of guns over at Bowie Outfitter. If you're in the market for a gun, you need to go over there and check them out. Great prices on all the guns. But guys, get to Bowie Outfitter. Support local.
All right. What do you think about the college football playoff? Looks like they're expanding to 12 teams. What do you think?
I like that. I think it's good. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Neat. Thanks. All right.
Something
so
that.
we'll
Okay, go ahead.
No, please
It's
tell
good.
me.
No, it was fun. Good. Great.
Did you have something else to add? It sounded like that's all you were going to say.
No, because you kind of like, whatever. I think you're probably still pissed about the Catholic Dunham thing, but let's just keep going.
Catholic v. Dunham.
It's cool.
The Ott Father, by the way, said Catholic closed minus 19.5 against Dunham. He's so stupid.
That's right, Otter. So who won the bet?
There was no bet.
There was a bet.
And by the way,
There was a
it
bet.
was 2 12-minute
There was a bet.
halves.
There was a
It
bet.
wasn't a full game.
There
So
was a bet.
that wouldn't have been that line.
There was a
And
bet.
if they would have played 4 quarters, Catholic would have won probably by 4 touchdowns. Okay. Put them on the schedule, please.
I don't know
Please,
about
please, I'm begging you, put it on the schedule. I would love to see you put it on the schedule.
We got a big game tonight for the Bears, too.
Did you, you're playing some team from D.C. The team they went up there to D.C. and played them last, Our Lady of Good Counsel.
They waxed them last year.
Catholic beat up on them last year up in Maryland. Now they're making the return trip here, playing tonight at Memorial. By the way, you'll hear that game right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Did you have anything else to add on the?
No, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited for it. 2026?
Or earlier, potentially.
Oh.
I loved this quote, by the way. So, Pete Thamel.
Wait, we don't like him.
No.
We do like him.
No, I don't. I think largely in his career, he's been mostly a poop stirrer and not. Well, anyway, he basically ESPN hired him now to be their sort of breaking news guy, to be their Woj of college football, or their. Give me another one.
Tim Kirchin.
Well, Kirchin didn't really the breaking news
No.
guy. Thank you. A Schefter of yes, thank you. Shefty. They basically hired Thamel to be that to go break all the news.
Like Jacques Doucette. He's Jacques.
Jacques doesn't really
He doesn't
do break.
do that?
No.
Cobble.
No. Anyway, Pete Thamel tweeted most succinct summation of this awkward college football playoff dance from an industry source. Quote, "It was a wasted 15 months because 3 guys, Kevin Warren, Jim Phillips, and George Kliavkov, were pissed at Greg Sankey. Ridiculous." End quote. It's so true. Basically, they were all pissed. Like, this was agreed upon. The 12 team, the expanded, the form, like, it was all done last summer. It was done. They had all agreed. The working committee group and all, they had it done. And then everyone found out Texas, no, you were coming to the SEC. Those 3 guys got pissed and just held everything up for 15 months. This should be so much further down the line. It's just 3 guys got pissed. Pissed on behalf of their leagues.
Who are those 3 guys?
Commissioners of other conferences that aren't very good. We're brought to you by Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com, Michelli.com. Michelli is going to be one of our presenting sponsors for Whiskey and Wine. Excited about that. You going to be watching on Sunday?
Oh, yeah, man.
You going to be locked in?
Mm-hmm.
T-Bob and I live from Don Juan Cigar Bar, of course, presented by Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Locations from sea to shining sea. 29 locations across 11 different states. You weigh or measure something. They sell, service, and rent the products you use to weigh and measure. That is Michelli Weighing and Measurement. Check them out online at Michelli.com. That's Michelli.com. And if you don't watch Whiskey and Wine on Sunday, you can kick rocks.
It's now time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rock.
Presented by Roto-Rooter Plumbing.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks. Get on down the road and kick rocks.
I was listening to the show the other day, and
What show? This show?
Your show.
Oh, thanks.
You had used to be my friend Russ Mitchell came on.
Oh.
Love Russ's story. I like Russ. I mean, he's just a very interesting guy. He's huge, which makes it even better. You know, you would never
Yeah, he's like 6'6".
He's a big old dude.
6'5".
Boy, but his picks for the LSU team, this football team this year, really got under my skin, and I want him to kick rocks.
Kick rock.
He took every possible game, that was close was a loss for the Tigers, right? We don't have better coaches this year or something. So, Russ, you can kick rocks, man.
Kick rock.
Okay.
And I want you to clip that. I want you to send it to him.
Done.
Wasn't happy about that.
Done. I'll do that. I will do that. Yeah, Russ picked LSU 4-8 for those that missed it earlier this week. I think he's high. The one thing that I'll say, if you want any sort of maybe potential validation, is because we've looked over the past 6 weeks at every single angle and every single prognosticator and odds maker and everything. It was one of the odds makers in Vegas, maybe at Circa, it was one of the sports books in Vegas, where they said their raw number on LSU was 5.5. But they knew they'd get such heavy action on the over because name brand teams with a low number are going to draw heavy action on the over. They figured they could give themselves an extra game and still draw heavy action. So that's why they had it 6.5, which ultimately is bet up to 7. So that's where LSU's number is right now. But they said the raw number, that their computer spit out, is 5.5. So.
Well, good thing computers don't play the game.
Well, that's, yes, true. Unless if you're playing a simulated game on a computer.
Or like Madden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like when they simulate a season. Madden simulated a season, had the Saints winning the Super Bowl.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's good.
But you don't like when computers play the games.
But I like when the Saints win.
Oh, do you?
I'm a bandwagon guy.
Okay.
Huge bandwagon guy.
At least you can admit it.
Yeah. Jackson, Mississippi can kick rocks.
Kick rock.
Apparently, they don't have any water for anybody to drink that lives there.
Situation.
What are we doing? It is 2022, people. Can we figure this thing out? You're not Flint, Michigan, okay?
Apparently they are, actually.
Let's get it straight. And it's not just because of the football team. I'm just talking about the people that live in Jackson. Jackson is not a bad place. Been there. Ridgeland, a couple of the surrounding areas, really nice. I actually like it. But they got no water to drink.
No, it's no good.
Pretty bad.
That's where Dion is. Coach Prime.
Yeah, that city can kick rocks.
This team has no water. Trying to play games.
No ice.
No religion, too? Sounds like a John Lennon song.
Got a hug to give.
Okay.
Got 2 hugs to give.
Okay.
So C.J. Stroud, QB1 over at Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool right here. The NIL is it's a hot topic. Some people love it or hate it. Whatever it is, what it is. A big talking point. C.J. Stroud decided to take some of that NIL money, gave $500 gift cards from Express, men's clothing line.
Yeah.
And he's given each one of those gift cards to his teammates so they can look fly, he said. So they can all go buy a suit.
You can play this music if you want the audio. Well, you can't really hear it, and it's in mono, so you're not actually going to hear it. But there it is. He got up in front of the whole team and told them all that he got him $500 gift cards. That's about $60,000.
Pretty neat.
That's about $60,000 CJ Stroud's throwing out for his team. That's pretty awesome. Good for him. Yeah.
And then I got one more hug. Okay. If I can do that. I want to give Edwin Diaz a hug. Closer for the New York Mets.
Never heard of him.
You can pull this video up. It was 2 nights ago, closing the game out against the Dodgers. Best team in baseball.
Dodgers. Look at that guy, kind of just hanging down low.
Crank it up, Muse? Or no, can we not do that? Yeah, crank that thing. I'll turn the other music off.
No, it's not going to be good because it's in mono, and so you're not even. Yeah, you're only going to hear it on one channel.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Anyway.
So here's what happens. So he has a walkout song, comes from the bullpen. You have roughly 7 or 8 minutes to get from the bullpen till the first pitch is thrown, and then he has a limit on how many pitches he can throw. So he's got a pretty good amount of time for his song to play. The most famous is
Enter Sandman?
Correct.
Yeah. Sorry, I was watching the video there.
Most famous is Enter Sandman for our guy Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if those guys were on top of the dugout in Yankee Stadium playing that song live?
Metallica was there playing Enter Sandman. I think that happened once.
Whew. So anyway, he got Timmy the Trumpet, who is his walkout. Here it is right here. To play the song live as he's walking out of the bullpen, and it was a goosebump moment. Really cool. I got to see it live on TV. Just happened to turn TV on. Anyway.
He did this part.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Oh, it was neat.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
So I think, that's what that should be a thing now.
Bands playing the songs. Yeah.
Just for the relievers. You can't do it for the starters or the position players. You don't have enough time.
But so what did Diaz do when he came in the game?
Perfect inning.
Okay, good.
No, he's got like a 1-2
No, I get
ERA.
it. Come on. I know Edwin Diaz. I just wasn't watching this game in particular. But what would be really interesting is if you did all that hullabaloo and he came in and he got shelled.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny. That's what I would have been actually cheering for. I cheer for kind of the chaos. I want chaos when I'm not emotionally invested in something. I want the chaos theory. So that's why we cheer for upsets, right? If you're not emotionally invested in the game, you're going to pull for the team that's the 20-point underdog to win the game. Right. You want to see that? You want the chaos. That's it. So out in that moment, I'd have been really cheering for Diaz to get shelled.
No, man.
Give up a 4 spot.
No, if you'd have seen it, it's there's no way he's getting hit.
I love it. Thank you, Buse. That's good. That happens in all these games, though, eventually. So,
but how cool would that be, though?
Yeah, fine. It's good. So I have a hug. What? It's not a big deal. Okay, there's a guy playing a trumpet on a baseball field. I'm good with it. Whatever.
Yeah, but think about it. That could make baseball cool.
I don't have to
you
think
want to
about
make it interesting.
I saw it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
but what
fine.
if Metallica was on top of the dugout?
Yeah, one off. That's fine. Okay, whatever. So, it's just whatever.
Such an idiot.
What do you want me to do? You want me to sit here and
I want you to go. You know what? You're right. That would be awesome. What if Steel Bill Baby was playing when I walked out, on top of the dugout?
People would have been like, "Oh, here comes that C&I single. Here it comes."
My God, that's so
Get
bad.
so fired up for this for the dribbler on the right side. Here comes Theriot. Leads the NL in singles. Let's go. Bloop over the second baseman's head. Believe it. Believe it.
You are so mean, bro. Golly. It's a great idea. All right, what's your hug so I can poo-poo it? I got you now.
There's something that has really bothered me for a long time. Where has the friendly traffic wave gone? You know what I mean? Someone lets you in. You just give them the little wave through the back glass or out the window.
Yep.
Where's it gone?
That's a thing.
No.
You don't get it?
I am a huge proponent of the friendly wave.
Okay.
I always friendly wave. Someone lets me into traffic, they're always getting a big exaggerated wave through the back glass. Okay. Always. Yeah. Big proponent of the friendly wave. Mm-hmm. It's gone. I actually want to talk about this last Friday and forgot. But then today, I'm on I-10, and right there between College and Acadian, it's a mess because everything in Baton Rouge traffic's a mess because our infrastructure stinks because our leadership in our city stinks and has forever.
Golly.
So
I don't want to talk about the leadership.
Anyway, this little red truck zips right in front of me. I wasn't even really letting him in, but I didn't really have a choice.
Yeah.
And out the window, his whole arm out the window. A big old exaggerated friendly
wave. Were you a little pissed when he zipped in? And then he hit you with the wave and it was all good?
He was a little aggressive. Because I was trying to find a way to slow and get over because I recognize the situation. He's got to merge. He's coming up the on-ramp. He's got to merge. I get it. I get what the predicament he was in, but I didn't have anywhere to go to help him.
Yeah.
And so he just zipped in front of me and was a little precarious, but but I got over it because he gave me the big.
And it was all good.
He gave me the big wave.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Thank you, sir. Whoever you are, gentlemen, in the small red truck this morning on I-10 between College and Acadian who gave me the friendly wave, I appreciate you on this day.
You know what I love?
What do you love?
I'm this guy. The two finger. I'm not this guy. I'm this guy.
That's your wave?
So, yeah, it's just little two fingers and you shake them. You rattle them a little bit. So imagine this. No, so you're on a country road. Let's just say somewhere out in Walker or Live Oak, somewhere like that.
Tigers, Seminoles, Sunday, 6:30.
You're riding down the road. You see, but those in the country road, you get one of these everywhere you go.
No, but that's usually when your hand is on top of the steering wheel. Hand on top of the steering wheel, and then you just do that.
Yeah, a point.
Or you because that's what you're giving is because you leave your wrist on the wheel and you just lift your wrist and
that's a wave for no reason whatsoever. You're just passing by the other vehicle. You give them one of those. That's cool. I like that one too. That's gone. That doesn't happen in Baton Rouge, not in the city. Come on,
wave to people in traffic. Yeah. Okay, when they're nice to you. All right, it's after further review. We'll knock out a quick break. When we come back, we'll get Ryan's LSU pick because Mr. The Riot is leaving us in 27 minutes. By the way, you can kick rocks too. Because you told me today that you're not going to be here for the third hour. So you kick rocks as well. Okay. We will get Theriot's LSU Florida State pick next. Stay here, AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by River Cities, 1 hour air, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime. How about this review, which came in from David Lopinto, who said, Cody was 100% everything a homeowner needs in a time of crisis. Very friendly, very professional. I look forward to having him back to take care of a couple other issues he found while he was here. You guys have a great employee, Mr. Cody, and I would recommend him to all of my friends and family. You know, whenever you call River Cities 1 hour air and a tech comes to your house and they're scheduled, you get a call, an email, and a text from River Cities 1 hour air alerting you their tech is on the way. They give you the name of the tech, a picture of that technician so you know the person coming is who they're sending, and reviews of that technician as well. It is all about the customer service experience at River Cities 1 hour air. Look for the big yellow vans and trucks with the giant clock on the side, 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
They said I was small, weak, said my heart wasn't strong enough. But I showed them what heart looked like, again and again and again. Mom got me the right care, the right doctors with Blue Cross coverage. Don't let people tell you who you are. Show them the right card, the right care.
Order curbside pickup online or with Rouse's Market Shopping app and let Rouse's personal shopper shop for you. Curbside pickup is free and you pay the same price for groceries as in-store. Use code SAINTS20 and save $20 on orders of $100 or more. That's curbside convenience. Shopper style.
Oh, yeah! Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers.
On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good. Touch my swag, wish you could. I look fly, I look good. On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good. Touch my swag, wish you could. I look fly, I look good. I look good.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
All right, glad you're rolling along with us here. Football Friday edition of AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Remember, Sunday, if you're not going to be in New Orleans, come hang out with me and T-Bob at Don Juan for Whiskey and Wine. As soon as the game goes final, we'll be live at Don Juan Cigar Bar for Whiskey and Wine. If you can't be at Don Juan, join us on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel or the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge Facebook page. That, of course, is for LSU Florida State. So we're going to get to Ask Ryan in about 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, actually. I want to move quickly. So line up your questions for Theriot. Since you are about to leave here after Ask Ryan, do you want to give your prediction thoughts on LSU Florida State?
Sure.
Okay,
yeah.
Fire away.
Do you know who the starting quarterback is?
I'm guessing it's Jaden Daniels.
But you don't know that for sure yet.
I do not know that for sure.
I do. I know who the quarterback is.
Okay.
I'm not going to break the news here because I was told to not tell anybody.
Okay.
So I'm just going to keep that secret.
Got it.
But the Tigers are going to win this game by 2 scores. When I say 2 scores, probably 2 touchdowns. I'm going to give them 14.5. It's going to be a noticeable victory.
Okay.
LSU's going to win by.
I hope you're right.
By quite a bit. No, and I think you're going to see the national media kind of like jump on the bandwagon real fast after this after Sunday. So give me the Tigers.
Do you want what type of game you expect to see? Like
football.
Score?
I think they're going to play football.
Score?
Yeah, they're going to score.
Are you salty about the big leg kick and the CNI single after Salt and Peppa's Shake It?
No, I'm good, Dwayne.
Shoot.
I'm good. I'm good, Dwayne.
Oh, Dwayne. Oh, really?
Good.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
You want to go there?
No, I'm good.
Would you like to explain that reference?
DFT.
Would you like to explain that reference?
That you're Dwayne from Thibodeau right now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
please explain that. Reference.
You had a bet with Dwayne from Thibodeau, and he didn't honor his bet, and then you just crushed him. You are doing what you did.
I've crushed him since 2018 because he owes me $500.
You're doing the exact same thing.
He called into this show every week. He said LSU was going to win 10 games. They didn't. They lost to A&M, which would have given them their 10th game. That was the 7 overtime game. They lost the game. He bitched and moaned, threw his hands up, and then ran away like a little chicken. And I want to punch him in the face because he owes me $500.
You're acting like.
And
Dwayne
by the way, you needed 2 BS pass interference calls to give you 30 yards in field position to set up Cole Tracy's game-winning field goal against Auburn that nobody remembers, or you're an 8-win team. So breaks come and go over the course of a season. You are what your record says you are. Dwayne from Thibodeau. Chicken bleep. I'll punch you in the nose is what I'm going to do. You and I, however.
So that's you.
Last week did not have a bet on Catholic and Dunham.
Sure we did.
You see the great thing there, Mr. The Riot, about doing this here radio show, which is also streamed live on YouTube.com.
I hope you can play the audio.
Is that we have everything
perfect
recorded in perpetuity. Awesome. You can't run from anything.
No, I'm not running. Let's play.
We had a conversation back and forth about what the bet would be. So what are the terms? We were like, will we put stickers on trucks or whatever we would do?
Sure.
And then this is how the segment ended.
Let's do it, yeah.
I was agreeing to give you 8 in the hook. 8.
I don't like it. I wouldn't make that bet. 8. Back-to-back state champions are number 1 in the world. You're telling me they can't beat Dunham by more than 8?
Game.
They can't beat them by more than 8 points?
In the second half.
So? They can't beat them by more than 8 points? Little Dunham? Come on, man. What are you talking about?
Backdoor coverage. What I'm worried about. Doing a hideout play on the sideline with 5 seconds left in the game and score it. All right, we got to go. We got to get the Ty Graffinini. We'll talk about it on the break. We'll continue.
8. I heard the last thing you said. I heard 8.
And you know what happened?
8.
You said I wouldn't take that bet.
But you said 8.
You said
I wouldn't take 8. I wanted 8 in the hook. You said 8. I agreed to 8.
No. Your words were
I agreed to.
No, your words were I wouldn't take that bet.
8 in the hook.
No.
8
you
in the
wanted
hook.
8 in the hook.
You gave
and I
me
said
8.
And
you gave me 8.
No, you wanted 8.5. We just played the audio.
8.
You said 8.5. I said 8. You said I wouldn't take that bet.
And the
your
thing is,
words were
you're worried.
I wouldn't take
Dwayne,
that bet.
hold on. Dwayne, you're worried about the backdoor cover and the trick play, but in reality, Dunham had to throw a pick in the end zone to lose. Otherwise, they were going to win the game.
Catholic threw a pick.
They were going to win the game outright with a minute to go. Like it was over.
No, come on.
Dunham Tigers were going to beat the Catholic High
Catholic
Bears.
threw a pick in the end zone and had a 1st and goal at the 1 and had like 40 yards of penalties, and they ran out of time at the end of the first half. You go play a 4-quarter game, you know how that game would go. You and
I mean, it would be a close game. Probably the one we saw. I heard 8.
The point is
8.
And what you said to me saying 8 was, and I quote, I wouldn't take that bet.
No, 8 was the number.
You.
8 was the number.
Friend, you
Hey, look,
know as
let me
well
say
as
this
I do,
too.
I have lost plenty of bets over my life. Even on this show. The reason I am sitting here bald is because I lost a bet on this show and let you shave my head in this chair.
But that worked out good for you, though.
I
That's
don't
worked
care.
out good for you.
I let you do that to me in this chair.
That happened.
I have paid out money to people when I have lost bets. I have given Mac Chiuili very expensive bottles of tequila for bets that he and I have. I lost a bet with Jacob Hester earlier this year around the draft. I not only gave him a bottle of the Jameson, which is not very expensive. So I gave him not only that, but a personalized glass and decanter set as well to give him something really nice because I lost a bet. I am not afraid of paying up on a bet I lose.
So what size shirts do you want?
Friend,
and can I get you the Dunham sticker?
Your exact
it was that
words
8 points,
were,
but it was a
I
6-point game.
wouldn't take that bet.
Nope.
You didn't make the bet. There was no bet. If there was a bet, friend, I'd pay up. We didn't make a bet.
Let me just say, Baton Rouge is upset with you right now about this.
Then
There's
Baton
a lot
Rouge
of people that are
can
upset with
kiss
you about
my ass
They're upset.
because we didn't make a bet.
The bet was made. Heard 8. I heard 8. And then after that, that's all I heard.
I'm sorry. Did you hear the words that you said when you said, I wouldn't take that bet? Did you hear those words?
The audio
Yes.
do you have the audio from the break? Because I'm pretty sure we agreed on it in the break.
You are so... Muso.
Do you have the audio? Because you said we were going to talk about it in the break.
Did anybody talk about that during the break?
He doesn't remember. That was last week. Come on, that guy smoked 6 pounds of weed since then. Of course.
We got to go to
nobody talks about that at all during the break.
See? We do have to go to break. And why would he defend me? I always lean on Paul to crush him, and he's defending me.
I made the weed joke. It was my bad.
I
I screwed that up.
Weed joke. It's after further review. We'll knock out a quick break. Ask Ryan to wrap up the hour next.
AFR.
We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center, WilliamsonEye.com. Eye care, eyewear, eye surgery. That's the Williamson Eye Center. You have your family eye exam. Have you brought all the Theriot family for the eye exam?
Not to Williamson. But I mean, I guess I need to do that.
Yeah.
We've just done the, hey, read the bottom line, cover one eye thing.
You got to go do the whole glaucoma test and everything.
All of it.
Yeah, you got to get that thing done, man.
All right, we'll get it done.
Williamson,
what does it cost?
I don't know.
Insurance pay for that?
Well, sure. Go bring your insurance to them.
Okay, well, then I'm in.
The Williamson Eye Center. Go bring your eye exam. I mean, if you have eye coverage, do you have eye coverage on your insurance?
I guess. I've never gone to the place and done it.
You gotta take care of your eyes.
But even if you can see, I need to go do that?
Yeah, because you could have deterioration. You could have other issues that you're not aware of. What about your kids?
Lazy eye? If you got a lazy eye, do you go there?
924-2020. Or online, WilliamsonEye.com.
As a community bank, B1 Bank invests in relationships with the people and businesses we proudly represent. Our B1 bankers are here to help simplify the complicated, understand your needs, and make managing your finances easier. At B1 Bank, we offer an array of solutions to help simplify your transaction needs. B1 Bank, one highly personal banking experience. Visit us online at b1bank.com for more information.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party.
Cash Money Records taking over for the 99 in the 2000s. Girl, you working with my back, yeah. Just back, yeah. Make it water spin this cash, yeah. This last, yeah. Girls brown with the pass, yeah. They mad, yeah. You could ride in the...
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, the Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Theriot's getting on out of here after this segment, so I don't know. I wonder what's going to happen with the Pick'em segment when you're not here to make your picks. That's so weird. Crazy how that sometimes manages to go that way. Ray Cavan, Ask Ryan.
I know how it's going to go with the picks. I know exactly how it's going to go. I'm going to call in, and I'm going to do the pick segment. That's how it's going to go.
No. Only the celebrity guest pickers allowed to call in, who you, by the way, are supposed to book. Ray Cavan, Ask Ryan. Why does Skip Bertman mention that he trusts you in the new Hudco commercial, but doesn't mention Matt?
Ooh, man. It's probably just because I was there and you weren't there.
Actually, I wrote the spot.
Yeah. You wrote the spot?
I did. I didn't play for Skip Bertman. You did.
Mm-hmm.
And the spot's about winning championships. I didn't win a championship with Skip Bertman. Andy M. said, I just gave someone an exaggerated wave getting on the Mississippi River Bridge.
Nice.
See?
Just pass it on.
We're helping people. That's what we're doing here.
Pass it on, guys. Everybody needs to do that today.
Kyle D. Ask Ryan, how many hours of boots on the ground carpool research did you do this week?
That's like years of research. I mean, that's my life. That's what I do.
Kevin Gotro, Ask Ryan, are the food plots ready?
No, not yet. It's still a little bit early for that.
Dustin Gotro, bring back Dwayne. He needs to pay up. He's been on the show one time since he didn't pay me. And I basically let him on the show just to say, pay me my money, fool, and I hung up on him.
You think he still listens?
Yes, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Of course.
Boy, he was fun to have on the show, though. Oh, man.
Okay.
He was good. You had to have your finger squarely on the dump button.
Brennan Thibodeau. Had like 2 Gotros and a Thibodeau back to back to back. Ask Ryan, if you could go back and relive one moment from your baseball career, what would it be?
That's a good one. Probably scoring the winning run at LSU. Probably do that.
Corey Balls, Ask Ryan, what would your walkout song be if you're a closer?
What's his last name?
Balls.
Like,
well, it's Ballas. Probably Ballas is what it is, or Ballas. But I just say Balls.
I was a closer.
Spending too much time with T-Bob, bro.
Somebody had Fireman by Lil Wayne. That was a pretty. That was a good one. That was back in the day. Yeah.
You get your questions in, email us, tweet us, jump on the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400. Trey Simmons asked Ryan, how far can you hit a golf ball?
I don't know. I don't really golf.
Ask Ryan, Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac.
TK, ask Ryan, how often do you give 30A drivers the middle finger?
I don't do that. I'm not just going to flip somebody off. But, I mean, I definitely roll the eyes. You know what I mean?
Ask Ryan. With his route experience, do you think Jerry Sullivan would be a good school crossing guard?
He'd be great at it.
Do you know how much those Jerry Sullivan questions and jokes, like how much grief that caused me professionally? Do you have any idea? Even you probably don't know. Have any idea how much grief that caused me?
They were sure funny, though. I mean, it was good.
That was very funny. Ask Ryan, what does 005 mean? It's from Jeff. It's like a jersey with 005 on it.
I don't know.
I don't know either. All right. Just after further review. Ask Ryan, professional wrestler entrance music?
Like what's good?
What would you pick?
What would I do? I mean, I don't know. I like Stone Cold had a good entrance song. I don't remember what it was.
All right, we're going to do our pick-em segment when we come back. Theriot's got to get out of here. Have a great weekend. Safe drive to Dallas. All right, we'll see you later.
I'll call in.
Okay.
AFR.
We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. Weekend is upon us. Great time for a test drive. So I always encourage you to go to the website first. Just go to southpointvw.com. You can search the inventory. Tell you every day if it's on the lot, it's online. So when you search new Volkswagens, easy. Go to the website, tap the new vehicles tab right there on the bar at the top, and you'll see all of their inventory. If it's on the lot, it's online. And you will see pictures of the actual vehicle that's there on the lot. That's not a factory photo. That's the actual vehicle that's there at South Point Volkswagen. Look, it's in front of South Point Volkswagen. Airline just north of Highland or southpointvw.com. Again, new and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online. Shop online, work out your financing online, and then go see them at South Point Volkswagen. Airline just north of Highland. South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction?
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside, off the bench, Hunt and Hill, the early line. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And Don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Vizzy, the first hard seltzer with antioxidant vitamin C. It just hits different. Vizzy, step up your seltzer game.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. We could see a new 12-team college football playoff as early as 2024. The playoff board of managers voted unanimously today to make the change. Our Pete Thamel says this is not a new plan.
The model that had been populated in June of 2021 with 12 teams, 6 of the highest rated conference champions, and then 6 at-large bids. So it's all very similar.
Pete Thamel on College Football Live. FBS conference commissioners and Notre Dame could also approve this new format at a meeting next week in Dallas. The top 4 seeds in the 12-team field would get a first-round bye. The Serena Williams Show continues tonight on ESPN at 7 Eastern. She'll play a third-round U.S. Open match against Ayla Tomljanovic. Phil Mickelson tells Sports Illustrated that numerous players from both the PGA Tour and LIV Golf have told him they appreciate what's happening now in the sport. Mickelson says he doesn't feel vindicated, but does say he's happy that the Tour is now listening to its players.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. If you're a renter, make sure you're protected. Renter's insurance includes options that cover stolen property, personal injury, and living expenses if your place is damaged. Quote renter's insurance at progressive.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR. Presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. And Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Musso. And Mr. Toby Tomplin. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Usually, Theriot with us for a bonus Riot Radio hour. The Theriots are getting out of town, actually, so I don't know if he wants me to say that. But so Ryan had a bounce. But I'm normally, obviously, in this segment is when we would do our celebrity guest picker segment, where it would be me and Ryan and whoever our celebrity guest picker is. And for many years, we've had some really good ones. We've had
really good ones.
Randy Moss has been here.
Matt Holliday.
Was Matt Holliday
Matt
here?
Holliday was one,
Did we
yeah.
have Matt Holliday?
We had Matt Holliday.
Gary V.
Gary V, yeah, that was good.
Evander Holyfield.
Oh, I don't think I was here for that. I missed that one.
Georgia, with Georgia, when LSU played Georgia in 2018.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't doing
was
anything
here
at that point. Yeah. That's a good one.
Shaq has been the guest
Naturally.
picker.
Your wife Erica was the guest picker all of last year.
Well, I'm talking about celebrities.
Oh.
We've had Danny Werfel, who has been here. Karl Malone was the celebrity guest picker. We have had.
Did he call in on his flip phone?
Everyone made that joke.
Yeah, he had to, duh.
Like 3 years ago. But I'm sure he did. Yes, I'm sure. The objective when we started the celebrity guest picker was, and I told Theriot, I said, hey, I want you to think this would be like your one responsibility is to get like an A-list guest picker, someone that would be good enough to be on College Game Day. Paulie, do you remember any other ones? You do the graphics all the time. Any other big ones that come to mind that you remember?
I think we had Darius Rucker once.
We did have Darius
Rucker.
Rucker.
That's a good one.
We had Darius Rucker when LSU played South Carolina. That's absolutely right. That was the TJ Finley South Carolina game. So we've had good celebrity guest pickers. And then last year, I think Theriot, I don't know if he got lazy or just whatever, forgot. I was in L.A. doing the show before the LSU UCLA game at the Lowe's Hollywood where we did our show. And Theriot was on the phone, and he went to welcome in our guest picker, and naturally did not have a guest picker. And so he called my wife, frantically texted her, actually she texted, as I've learned, Erica, because this is who she is. She texted him do you need me to call? Do you need help? Because I was like, yeah, well, I can't wait to hear who the picker is, because I knew he didn't have anybody. So anyway, it became a thing this season long where Erica was our picker all last season. So I told Theriot, hey, look, let's get back and start doing the celebrity guest picker again, And I told him this week, I said, look, it's Florida State. I said, holler at Buster Posey. You played with Buster. He's a Florida State guy. This is easy. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
It's a big name. Everybody knows. Florida State tie. I said either that or Dion. He goes, well, you want me to get Barack Obama while we're at it? I'm like, okay, you don't have to get Dion, but Buster Posey's easy enough, right? So,
I don't think President Obama went to Florida State, though.
No, I know. That's what I said. But he was being hyperbolic and me asking for Dion, which obviously wasn't going to happen because Coach Prime's coaching a game anyway. So whatever. So Theriot apparently, and that I was going to give him a pass. There, Muse. I was going to give him a pass. But Theriot texted me today, at 11 o'clock, and was like, hey, man, I can only do 1 hour. I got to leave. Look, I get it. People have families, so I get it. I mean, I totally get, do your family, always. But you're going to let me know at 11, you didn't make an out-of-town trip up today. You know what I mean? You got to give your boy some notice. So, Muse, if you would, please hit our college football pick'em theme. We will get to picking here the biggest games of the week. Oh, I recognize that song.
Yeah, it's the Big Ten on CBS theme. That's what it is.
No.
Yeah.
That's the Sun Bowl theme music is what that is.
No, it's not the Sun Bowl theme. It's the Big Ten on CBS.
Oh, I know where I've heard that. The Army-Navy game. And every other football game that CBS produces.
Big Ten.
Y'all SEC ninnies. Get out of here. Shut up. I'm looking right at you and Hunt Palmer.
Hey, it's the Big Ten song now. We just have to let it go.
All right. I'll tell you what. Let's just start with tonight. Talked about this earlier with Phil Steele. Illinois against it. You know what?
Well, wait a minute. Actually, I do have Ryan on the phone. He called in. He wants to make his picks.
Oh, Theriot wants to make his picks via phone.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Should I allow it?
I think so, yeah.
You want to patch him through?
Sure. Here we go.
Hey, guys. Hey.
Is this Ryan Theriot?
Yeah, I'm ready to make my pick.
It's really hard to hear you, though.
Do it.
Sorry, you're really breaking up a little. Muse. I think you got to hang up on him. Sorry. No. Yeah, that's a shame. Can't really hear him. Oh. Well, boy, the first one was really going to be easy too. There's a I'm looking for the one with the biggest point spread. TCU's at Colorado tonight. Did you know that?
I did, yes, actually.
Yeah, that line is wow. Line's 13.5. TCU. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Horned Frogs in that one.
Okay.
Ryan, he's not here. I guess I'll just have to give him an incomplete. So we'll just get an X on that one. Yeah. I was going to pick that Illinois-Indiana game, Muse, but I tell you, I don't know. I actually now I'm just really not feeling the Illinois-Indiana game. You kind of feeling that one at all? Any?
It could be a tight one, really tight matchup, tightly contested. Rivals, yeah, Big Ten.
How about this one? I got one. You want to talk about rivals?
All right, yeah.
How about this one from the state of Texas? Sam Houston State is at Texas A&M. You know what? Could be close. Sam, as they're known to people in the state, but I'm going to go ahead and go with A&M in that one.
Okay.
And since Theriot's not here, we'll go ahead and just give him an X.
Oh.
Since he'll just get that one wrong. And look, there's sometimes intersectional matchups that are really interesting, like Colorado State at Michigan. You know?
Okay, yeah.
It's in the Big House. Slight edge to Big Blue because they're at home. Quarterback thing with Jim Harbaugh, it's a little weird, unorthodox.
Yeah, which one is it this time?
We've seen big upsets, too. I mean, it's been 15 years, almost to the day, that App State, the field goal was blocked. But I'm going to say that Michigan is up, that they're ready for this one against Colorado State this time, and I'll take the Wolverines at home.
What's the spread on that one?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Are you sure?
It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
They're never right. Theriot said it himself. Computers.
He did say that.
Yeah,
No, he did say that. Yeah, he did say that.
Okay, let's see what else we have here that we could pick. Any other good ones here?
Wait.
Yeah.
I think Ryan wanted to pick Michigan in that one as well.
No. He's not here.
Oh.
So he just didn't make his pick. And if you don't make the pick, then you're just wrong.
Mm.
It just goes down as an incomplete, unfortunately. Let's see. You know what? I tell you what, Muse. People are really excited about Oregon, Georgia, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, Oregon, Georgia. Look, Georgia lost 15 players to the draft. Did you know that?
It's a lot.
It's a lot of players.
5
in the first round from their defense alone. I don't know how any team comes back from that. You know, that's brutal. And then Dan Lanning, who was Georgia's defensive coordinator, he's gone too. They lost their defensive coordinator.
5 first-rounders on defense and the DC?
And the DC. They're going to stink. And by the way, Dan Lanning went to Oregon. So now he's coaching against his former team. He'll have all that intel. All the intel. But you know what? I think I'll go with Kirby and Georgia.
Okay.
Because I think at this point, they've got that championship pedigree and proximity. They're there. They're playing this game in Atlanta. Oregon's got to travel. I like the Ducks a lot.
Cross-country trip.
Yeah. Theriot, who do you like? Oh. It's not here. You hate that. You hate that, don't you? Wouldn't you? Who do you think he might have picked?
I think he would have taken. I think he would have taken Georgia.
Oh, I don't know. It really feels like he's a big duck fan. You know, he's a duck hunter. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. He does like to hunt ducks. Yeah.
Everyone's really excited about the LSU season opener, aren't they? Because of Brian Kelly. Who's the other big coach that people are excited about his debut?
Oh, Lincoln Riley.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what. Lincoln Riley's got a tall task here in week 1. I'm not sure if you've scoped this one out yet. Do you know who Southern Cal's opening up with?
I mean, I think it's a team from Texas. I mean, they play really good football in Texas.
Playing Rice.
Ooh.
They are. You don't just roll out of bed and beat Rice.
No.
I mean, you could recruit just the Houston area. I mean, I've seen some of those big old high school stadiums around Houston. And I tell you get some players just from Houston, you could battle anybody. You don't think Lincoln Riley knows that, having been in Big 12 territory? Big challenge for those Trojans. So many players, turnover, staff, turnover. I mean, I'm putting USC on upset alert here, Muse. I'm putting them on upset alert. I'm going to go with the Trojans because they're at home. I like Lincoln Riley. I think he's a good coach, good offensive mind. I'll go with them. But, boy, I'm going to tell you, really going to have to watch that one closely, Muse. It's a 5 o'clock kick on the Pac-12 network. So lock into that one just to make sure, okay?
I'm in.
Okay. And Theriot, you have a pick there? Oh, he didn't make a pick on this one either, unfortunately. Hey, Muse, when you were in school and you would take a test, if you left an answer blank,
yeah,
what would the teacher do?
Just get a 0 for that question.
Yeah, you'd mark it wrong.
Right.
Wow.
No point.
I mean,
not even half credit.
Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, it
happened a lot, actually.
You hate to. I mean, I may be wrong on all these games as well. You know, we'll see whenever we come back here on.
You could. I mean, look, Rice, you made the case.
Yeah. Boy, you hate to see, this go the way it is. I mean, how about, look, I'll tell you, Erica told me I got to pick Alabama every week. Okay. So.
Why?
Because she says they always win.
Ah.
So I got to pick Bama every week. So we'll go ahead and do that. And because I want peace in my marriage, I'm going to take Alabama. I don't like this. I don't like what I'm doing, just to be very clear on the record here. I don't like that I'm taking Alabama against Utah State, but I got to, because my wife said, look, you got to pick Alabama every week. So I'm just doing what I'm told.
Happy wife, happy life type
right,
thing.
Paul? Happy wife, happy life. You live by that?
100%.
Oh yeah. See, Paul knows. Just got to do.
Utah State, they just had a quarterback drafted in the first round a couple years ago.
Really good player. Really good player. Played in Tiger Stadium, as a matter of fact.
He did.
Yeah. Okay, well, there's our 6 games. I'm going to take Michigan over Colorado State. I'm going to take TCU over Colorado. Take Texas A&M over Sam Houston State. I'm going to take Georgia over Oregon.
You couldn't even do that with a straight face.
I'm going to take Rice. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to take USC over Rice.
No. Mark the tape.
I already have it written down.
No.
And I'll take Bama over Utah State. So those will be my picks. See how they play out here. Hey, just maybe just for giggles, some of the other games. Maybe in the next segment we'll talk a little bit about those. Muse has to hit us with some Tigers in the pros. That's coming up. Saints added an offensive lineman to the practice squad. I got to give you my full LSU Florida State preview and prediction. That's coming up in about 15 minutes. We're glad you're here. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's will be there on Sunday. So if you're not familiar, Eagle 98.1 Game Day has a new home. It will be at Rouse's on Burbank for every game except Sunday. Charles Hannegriff and Matt Musso will set up shop at Rouse's on Barone there in New Orleans, and T-Bob and I will be there from 1 to 3. So if you're going to be in New Orleans, come hang out. Rouse's on Barone from 1 to 3. T-Bob and I will be there on Sunday. We're looking forward to that. Then we jet back to Baton Rouge for Whiskey and Wine, for the game and for Whiskey and Wine. But we'll see you at Rouse's on Barone Sunday from 1 to 3. And, of course, game watch, tailgate, or you just need your groceries for the week. They'll save you time and money at Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. A delivery and pickup option. So select your items on the app. Your personal shopper will go pick them out for you. You pull up in the spot. They'll bring it out to your car. It's at Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There's nothing better than tailgating, but it can be a lot of work. So why do it yourself when you don't have to? Let Revelry Sports and Entertainment set up your luxury tailgate on campus. Order what you want and just show up to party. Book your tailgate today at revelryteam.com. Revelry Sports, the official tailgate partner of LSU Athletics.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance. This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to LA.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, rolling through here, 5 o'clock hour of AFR. Friday show is brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar, and we are glad to have you with us. Musso is going to get to Tigers and the Pros here in just a quick second. On his radio show, forgive me, I'm sorry, when he met with the media on Thursday, Brian Kelly, some of the positional things that he talked about, he did discuss what the rotation at cornerback is going to look like. We know the names that that we've seen primarily there. How many are they actually going to play?
So Jarek's going to be to the field. We think he's a field corner. He plays really smart and savvy to the field. He can handle multiple receivers. He just has a really good sense of field awareness, so he'll be to the field. Kobe's going to be boundary. Makai can play both sides, so he's going to be our swing guy. And the nice part about Seven is that, you know, he can play a little bit of both as well. So I think it's really going to be about keeping him fresh and seeing who's playing really well. I think the most experienced and veteran player that we have in Power 5 football is Jarek. And then those other guys we're going to keep in a really good rotation. So Jarek Bernard-Converse from Oklahoma State is a big, all Big 12 player, started 47 career games. So it's not an understatement. Or an overstatement, I should, to say he's the most experienced player they have. I mean, he's a fifth-year guy who's played in 47 games. It's incredible. But the other thing, if you caught it there, is he said Jarek's going to be to the field, I mean the wide side, and then it's going to be Colby Richardson. That is an incredible story, and we have to see how he plays. And thankfully, I don't think the challenge with Florida State's pass catchers is as sincere as we'll see down the road. I think even what you're going to see in 2 weeks against Mississippi State. But that is a little incredible, isn't it? I mean, Colby Richardson, y'all, was at McNeese. He was 160 pounds. Was playing in the FCS. Transferred in. They put 20 pounds on him. They love him as an athlete. Now he went into camp and he won a job. I mean, that goes one of two ways. Either you say the guys you had weren't very good. If a dude from the FCS steps up and is beating out dudes, you know, who have been at LSU or 4-star, 5, whatever guys, and this dude comes in and wins a starting job game one, you could look at it that way and say, boy, that's really a commentary on the guys you've recruited and come through this program. The other side of it is this may end up being an incredible story. I mean, LSU has recruited some of those guys. But I'll even I'll mention some names. They went and got Terrence Alexander from Stanford. Remember that? Was a graduate at Stanford, played one more year, came to LSU, and really was just kind of a nickel reserve extra DB on that 2018 team. Was kind of just filling in numbers. Darren Evans. I mean, when they went and added Darren Evans, I mean, Darren wasn't counted on to be a starter, but that first game against Mississippi State in 2020, it was just very evident that, remember, Stingley had the issue the night before and then didn't play in the game against Mississippi State in that opener. So Darren Evans got a lot of run, and it was not good. So you can look at it one of two ways. You could say, hey, look, man, the fact that he's come in and won a starting job maybe is a commentary on the guys who are here who he beat out, or maybe it's a compliment to him to say, look, with all these guys with experience, guys who were 4-star, talented guys, this dude from McNeese came in and won a starting job. That
I'm hopeful it's the latter, not the former. But one thing that I will be keenly interested in watching on Sunday is Colby Richardson. That's just an incredible story. So congrats to him on winning a starting job here in the season opener for LSU over transfers like Mekhi Garner, who's a big physical corner, Sevyn Banks, who battled a lot of injuries. I think it remains to be seen just how healthy and ready he is to roll. But and then obviously guys you've had here, and then guys you brought in like LaTerrence Welch, and we'll keep an eye on that secondary and corner. But Jarek Bernard-Converse and Colby Richardson are going to be your starting cornerbacks. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by DraftKings. Of course, you want to bet on the LSU game this weekend, you can. Bet on any of the college football games this weekend, you can. Bet just $5 on any college football game. They'll give you $200 in free bets. That's if you're a new customer at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. At the DraftKings Sportsbook app, go download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the promo code Baton Rouge and bet just $5 on any college game. Win or lose, they'll give you $200 in free bets. The same is going to be true for the NFL as well. Bet just $5, you win $200 in free bets. Same game parlays, the more legs you add, the more money you can win. College football's here. You got a full slate of games tomorrow. Enjoy it and make sure that you get in on the action with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the promo code Baton Rouge. 21 and older, physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. One per new customer. Minimum $5 deposit and wager. $200 issued as 8 $25 free bets. Restrictions apply. See terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Licensing partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-770-STOP. All right, so we will get to a full LSU Florida State preview and prediction coming up shortly. Right now, Musso has Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now. Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, where Baton Rouge gets engaged.
Minor League Baseball edition. No former Tigers made an appearance in Major League Baseball last night. The slate was terrible. So we go to the minors, and we find Andrew Stevenson to lead us off. Stevenson and the Rochester Red Wings won 17-0 last night. And Steve-O at the top of the order, how about 4 for 6?
That'd be it.
4 singles, 3 runs scored, and an RBI. I said 4 singles, 3 singles and a homer. My mistake. It's 12th of the season.
Is that good?
It's pretty good. As you might expect, a former big leaguer spending a year in AAA, the numbers overall pretty solid. 277, 12 homers, 54 RBI so far there at the top of the order. The Memphis Redbirds, where we find Kramer Robertson. Kramer hitting second last night in the order, went 2 for 5 in the game, scored 2 runs. Both of his hits were singles. Strange year for Kramer, where he was up in the majors and been on like 3 different minor league teams as well. One that ended up back in Memphis. He's hitting 239 so far on the season, though. The Round Rock Express, which is once again the home of Josh Smith. Josh Smith.
Callahan!
I was about to see if you were all right over there.
No, I'm all right. I was just going. I was just thinking about his year. After being traded, getting called up, having a great start, slumping, rebounding, playing well, infield and outfield,
making awesome catches.
They sent him back down. He'll be back up.
Yeah, especially with numbers like this. 1 for 3 last night, a single. He's hitting 292 since his return in AAA. 1K last night as well. Matt, we've done pretty well with projecting guys being called up, but there's still one. And it's Cam Sanders. And he really needs to get called up. 2 innings last night for the Iowa Cubs. No hits, no runs, walked 1, struck out 3. What are we waiting for?
For God's sakes, give him a shot!
What? He's not free, but he slightly costs there. But what are we waiting for? It's September.
He's 22 years old!
I think Cam's a little older than that, actually.
Give him a shot!
Okay. It's September. The Cubs stink. Come on. Get him up there. Finally, the Jupiter Hammerheads.
He said he'd bring in your mail!
Jacob Berry last night.
He said he'd wash the sheets!
Was 1 for 3. It was a single. He scored a run and drew a walk. 253 so far for Jacob Berry in his professional debut since being drafted in July. That's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. That was a Hurley Boy reference on SNL. Look it up. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com, lmfj.com. It's Chris Farley. Chris Farley played the Hurley Boy. You should look it up. You really should. It's hilarious. It's with Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler, Chris Farley. It's a really good duo. Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Gentlemen, would you thrill her with a beautiful diamond that every time she looks at her hand, she will smile and think about you, and you will be a hero? Lee Michaels can make that happen. And, of course, you will always get the Lee Michaels experience. So don't be intimidated. Just walk in, because Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, they have the knowledge, the know-how, and the selection to make you a hero and her thrilled. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. The Saints have added the final member of their practice squad. It's Drew Desjarlais. I hope I'm saying it right. Desjarlais. Drew Desjarlais. Let's go with that. He's 25 years old. He went to college in Canada, started all 27 games that he played both guard spots, was on the New England Patriots roster throughout the preseason this year. Prior, has been at the CFL with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and won back-to-back Grey Cup championships in 2019 and 2021. Of course, they didn't play due to COVID in 2020. He's made 37 professional starts in the CFL. And we've seen the Saints dip into the CFL from time to time. A linebacker, running back. We've seen them go snag players out of the CFL. So here's another one. Drew Desjarlais, a guy who's very experienced. Started 27 games in college. Started 37 games in the CFL. He's 25 years old. He's played both guard spots. So we've talked about the Saints needing help on the offensive line. I certainly think where they need help and depth is at tackle. But they have now finished and filled out their 16 practice squad members by adding Drew Desjarlais from who spent the preseason with the New England Patriots. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. We are glad to have you hanging out with us here. Always love telling you about our friends over at Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. 288-8138, 288-8138, or ReliefWindows.com. Windows door siding, Relief Windows, ReliefWindows.com. That's energy-efficient replacement windows. Beautiful entry doors, hardy plank and vinyl siding. They do it all. Tell you all the time about the windows, certainly the entry doors, but how about the siding? You want to transform the exterior of your home in about 2 weeks' time? You can do it with their vinyl siding from Relief Windows. It comes finished in whatever color you want. It won't chip or crack or peel. It's long-lasting. In many instances, it's fire-resistant. It'll make your home more energy efficient, more safe. It will beautify the exterior of your home. It's Relief Windows. Windows, doors, or siding, ReliefWindows.com. Okay, it is After Further Review. We got 2 segments to go here on a Football Friday. We're glad you're with us. Theriot was here last hour. He had to bail. When we come back, I'll give you my full preview and prediction for LSU, Florida State. That's coming up. And I'll circle back to the biggest games in college football. We'll give you a thumbnail on them and make some picks as well. For real, though, we had, Theriot bolted, so we just kind of jabbed him in the ribs with our picker segment earlier in the hour. So we'll get you some of the picks of the biggest games of the weekend coming up here as well. Glad you're with us here. It's AFR.
AFR.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Order curbside pickup online or with Rouse's Market Shopping app and let Rouse's personal shopper shop for you. Curbside pickup is free and you pay the same price for groceries as in-store. Use code SAINTS20 and save $20 on orders of $100 or more. That's curbside convenience. Shopper style.
Oh, yeah!
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese?
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, rolling along here, and glad to have you aboard as we're making our way through our first Football Friday of the season. Excited about it. If you miss anything, of course, AFR On Demand, presented by Brett Golf. You can go check it out on demand, however you get your podcast. Just search After Further Review or on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. So if you're watching with us on YouTube, thank you very much. Please smash the like button. If you haven't done so yet, hit the subscribe button on the channel whenever we go live. Any of our shows, this is how you're watching now is where we are. That includes Eagle 98.1 Game Day, Sunday with Hanny and Muse, and then also Whiskey and Wine with me and T-Bob. As soon as the game goes final, you can watch us right here, so we appreciate you for being with us. Brian Kelly era. It is upon us. LSU and Florida State, Sunday from the Superdome. We have talked so much about this matchup for so long, not only obviously since Brian Kelly was hired, but just with the anticipation of moving on after the Ed Ogeron era to what is next, but also just because LSU and Florida State haven't played since 1991. So when this thing was scheduled, it was something that LSU fans have looked forward to for a long time, with sort of the neutral home and home, like what they did in 2014 and 2016 with Wisconsin, both in Houston and in Green Bay. Of course, next year LSU will be in Orlando for the opener against Florida State, and their sort of air quotes home game at a neutral site. I think Florida State fans are going to come en masse. I think they're excited about this. LSU should have a decided home field advantage. I do think the odds makers have it right in calling this a close game, because I think when you look at LSU, you can look at all of the question marks and make an argument either side. You can look at the offensive line and say, man, you got 5 players in new positions. You got a center that's never played center. You got a true freshman at left tackle. You got a transfer who was a tackle playing left guard. All of that is true. The flip side is also true, where all 5 of those guys, Campbell, Frazier, Dellinger, Bradford, Wire, I think they're all going to be NFL players. You got a lot of talent in that group. What you don't have is continuity yet. You could look at linebacker. And it's fair to say, none of those guys have produced. I mean, Mike Jones had a specific role at Clemson, came to LSU to be the Mike, and couldn't win that job last year. He got buried down the depth chart. Now, here's his shot. Greg Penn, it's a redshirt freshman. This guy's a second-year player. Is he ready to take that big leap? You could ask the question and answer it to the negative or to the affirmative and say, man, Mike Jones on great teams at Clemson, played in a national championship game, probably would have started last year, but for the fact that Damone Clark was, the best linebacker in college football a year ago, and now it's his turn to take that step. And when you got a 5-star like Harold Perkins and a guy like Micah Baskerville who's played so much and these guys are ahead of them, it tells you what depth you have. You see what I mean? Like, you could make the argument either way. Same at cornerback, same in a lot of places on this team. And my general feeling is that some of those things are going to be answered to the affirmative. Some of those things are going to work out really well. And some of them aren't, because nothing ever really falls in line exactly like you hope that it will. You just hope that on a given day, when you play your worst game of the season, it's still good enough to win. But generally speaking, that's not always the case. But I do think on Sunday in particular, the opponent has a lot of those same questions. Mike Norvell's in year 3 at Florida State. He won just 3 games his first year, won 5 games a year ago. And they are looking at Florida State for that stair step. And so you have an LSU team which took the elevator down, and Florida State, which they hope is taking the elevator up. And the question is, where do those teams intersect and how close are they? And I think they are close. But for me, typically, when I look at a game that's close, I've told you this before, I think about 3 things. I look at coach, quarterback, and venue. A year ago against UCLA, we should have looked more closely at Dorian Thompson-Robinson being a much more experienced quarterback than Max Johnson. We should have looked at Chip Kelly as a much better coach than Ed Ogeron. And we should have looked at LSU amid a hurricane right after Ida, traveling across country and playing in someone else's stadium. But I think we're all kind of blind to that. And sometimes we forget how narratives are formed. But last year at this time, we were looking at LSU and saying, 2020 was a one-off because of COVID. Look, you lost 14 guys to the draft. It was this great class, and you kind of had to hit the reset button a little bit. You had the storm. You had COVID. You made a bad hire in Bo Pelini, and things just spiraled on you a little bit. But we also said, look how close you were to beat Mississippi State, or you were a goal line stand away from beating Missouri. And they had opportunities in 2020 to have a better record than what it showed. And so the thought going into the last year was, look, a tweak here and there. Like, you replace the coordinators. You're more stable. It's going to go well, and it just didn't. I mean, we saw the way it worked, and that's why Ed Ogeron is no longer the coach here. It is not even debatable at this point. Brian Kelly's a better coach than Mike Norvell. Mike Norvell had a great run at Memphis. He is trying to build at Florida State. But Brian Kelly, 32 years as a head coach, 2 losing seasons. Brian Kelly is a better, more established head coach than Mike Norvell. That's not a knock on Mike Norvell. That's just a statement of fact. Brian Kelly's been to major bowl games and been in the playoff and been in the BCS National Championship game and had undefeated seasons, and he's a better coach. LSU gets the check mark for head coach. The venue. You're playing in New Orleans. LSU is 7-1 in their last 8 games in the Superdome. We all know what that venue turns into when LSU is there. So many of the players played state championship games in that venue. They grew up wanting to play in a state championship. Louisiana High School Athletic Association state championship game in the Superdome. A lot of players grew up going to games in that venue, and so they know it well, and that is a major edge. And of course, there's going to be a crowd advantage for LSU on Sunday night in the Dome as well. And then there's quarterback. I think LSU gets the check on the first 2, and then you look at quarterback, and largely we've said this is a push, but I'm not so sure I agree anymore. Jordan Travis started his career at Louisville. He's been at Florida State the last 3 years, and he's in his career has started 15 games. That's over 4 years. Now he's into his 5th year. In his career, or he's in his 4th year, he's started 15 games. Jaden Daniels has started every game of his college career. He started 29 games over 3 seasons. Jaden Daniels has the edge in experience. Jordan Travis has thrown for 2,952 yards in his career. Jaden Daniels over 6,000 yards. Jaden Daniels has double the passing yards as Jordan Travis in his career. Jaden Daniels has thrown 32 touchdowns to Jordan Travis's 22 touchdowns. That's not even including the rushing stats, where Jaden Daniels just laps Jordan Travis there as well. And I believe Jaden Daniels' rushing, his legs are going to be a big part of this football game. And the biggest advantage of all are the weapons on the outside. We went through those numbers earlier in this week where Kayshon Boutte, his first 6 games, his half a season a year ago, is as much or more production than the top 3 receivers from Florida State in their career. LSU has a massive advantage on the outside. If you're able to keep Jaden Daniels upright and let him get the ball to the playmakers, that is a huge advantage for LSU in this football game. The disadvantage, of course, is at the line of scrimmage. LSU's got a new offensive line. Florida State's unquestioned strength is their defensive line, but the truth is, but it is also true in reverse. LSU's defensive line in front 7 against a very bad Florida State offensive line. Yes, I like Florida State's running backs a lot, but I think the way this game is going to transpire is Florida State's offensive line is going to be holding on. They're going to have to hold on in this ballgame because LSU's defensive front, not only are those first 4 very good, but we're not even talking about how they're going to rotate in guys like Mekhi Wingo and Bryce Langston and Jacoby and Guillory. And we're not even talking about the ends yet. When you start talking about what role are we going to get from Desmond, are we going to see from Desmond Little? And, it's a spot where LSU's unquestioned strength matches up against Florida State's undeniable weakness at one of the most important positions on the field at the line of scrimmage where everything kind of goes. If this ends up being a close ball game, which I do think it's going to be, because I think whenever you have a new team, new coaching staff, new offense, new quarterback, new cadence, new line, all the new everything, it's unrealistic to think everything is going to hum like a finely tuned machine that's been playing games together forever. That's not realistic, and intuitively you know that as a football fan. So there's going to be speed bumps. I can sit here and talk about penalties and turnover battle, and all that stuff absolutely matters. If it comes down to a kick, I do give a slight edge to Florida State. Ryan Fitzgerald has been a kicker for 3 years at Florida State. This is his 3rd year now. Last year was his primary experience, but he's been there for a while. He's attempted 22 field goals in his career. LSU's going to trot Damian Ramos out there for the first time in his career. And we really don't know what to expect from Damian Ramos in this situation. So that's a little bit of a hold your breath. If LSU gets a drive into the red zone and they stall out, can they convert points? I don't know. I can't answer that definitively. We had the same question in 2018, and Cole Tracy answered that emphatically. Here's hoping that Damian Ramos can be that for LSU, a very positive answer to a question in a season when I think they're going to play a lot of close games. And I think this is going to be a close one as well. But I like LSU's athletes better than Florida State's. I think that's where when so much is even, when so much is equal, LSU's the better coach team. It's a de facto home game. I do believe Jaden Daniels is a better quarterback than Jordan Travis. He's taller, better arm, better feet, better skill set, more experience. He's put up numbers throughout his career. I would give an edge if Jaden Daniels is the starter for LSU over Jordan Travis. And for all those reasons, I do think LSU wins a close game. I think you're talking about a game in the 20s. I'm going to pick LSU to win it 27-23. I think Vegas having it right around a field goal is right. And I like LSU by 1 score. I'll pick the Tigers to beat Florida State 27-23 Sunday in the Superdome. All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. We got one segment left. Let's take a look at the rest of the games around college football, some of the other big-time games we want to keep an eye on. I always love telling you about the aesthetic medicine and anti-aging clinics of Louisiana. Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. That's theantiagingclinics.com. As a matter of fact, was there earlier today, had to pick up some of my vitamins. I tell you all the time about hormone replacement therapy and so many of the other great procedures that they offer that'll help you feel and look like your younger self. But medical-grade supplements are huge. I mean, I take a daily multivitamin, vitamin C, D, oils. I mean, all the things that help with your skin and all your organs. I'm on a very regimented plan that when Dr. Howell looked at my blood lab, said, here's where you're deficient, here's what we can supplement to get you looking and feeling healthier and younger and safer. The Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. Okay, final break. Come back, and we'll look at some of the biggest games in college football. Stay here.
AFR.
Want more customers? Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers. Visit us online at runningboardsmarketing.com so we can drive your message to where the people are.
soffrire un caffè. Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
This summer, meet Acura's heroes of performance. Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance. This summer, visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the MDX.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Oh, hey, what's up? It's Big D and Bubba, 100.7 The Tiger Morning Show. We'd love for you to join us every weekday, 4 a.m. till 9 a.m.
Yeah, everything you want in a show. Country music. We got laughs. We got celebrity in-studio guests. We just need you.
Join us every weekday morning, 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., right where it all started.
That's right. Louisiana's country station, 100.7 The Tiger.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
All right, down the stretch we come. Final segment on a Football Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Of course, you need a place to watch all the games. You can get by Pluckers this weekend, either location, Nicholson or Bluebonnet. Dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. That is Pluckers. Gosh, what a time to get by, man. 28 flavors of award-winning jumbo chicken wings, wall-to-wall TVs, watch every single game, binge on wings and beer. Of course, on Sunday, they'll be open as well throughout the duration of the LSU game. You're off on Monday, so get on by either Pluckers location. All right, you can hit our little Otter Locks music, even though Otter's not here. I'll tell you, Otter did give me Texas State tomorrow. I don't know why, but that's one that he texted me at 7:30 this morning. I said...
Otter's up at 7:30 grinding picks.
I texted him back and I said, if you know it's football season, when the Otters texted me crappy Sunbelt school lines at 7:30 on a Friday morning, he gave me Texas State. I don't know why, but he texted me Texas State. So, with no context. And no answer after that. He didn't give you
like a number or anything?
Nope, just Texas State. If you are looking for some picks, Phil Steele earlier today did give us Indiana tonight against Illinois. Illinois very trendy. They played last week. That's one angle. A lot of people high in Illinois because they watched them play last week. But actually likes Indiana at home. That line was 3. It's down to 1 as people keep betting Illinois. So there's some real value there with Indiana if you want to play. If you're looking for something to play tonight, I'll keep an eye on that game for sure. Muse, you want to make a pick on LSU, Florida State?
No, I like the Tigers. I'll go 27-17.
Okay.
A late score to kind of ice it there, whether field goal or touchdown.
I would be more encouraged by the 17 than the 27. If LSU is able to hold Florida State to 17, under 20, I think that would be a fantastic statement for this defense, which I think was sort of the storyline of camp, like we talked about a lot. I think that LSU's defense, I feel much more comfortable about LSU's defense coming through camp than I did going into camp. Some of the other headline games of the weekend, I like Georgia, but I do like Oregon to cover. You and I were talking off air. I like Florida against Utah.
That's interesting.
I think we are grossly underestimating what kind of player Anthony Richardson is and can be, and especially in Billy Napier's offense. And that game is at home. That should not be a 3-point line if you're that one-sided thinking about how bad Florida may be in a transition year, and Utah with everybody back coming off a team that went to the Rose Bowl. I like Florida. I made a play on the game. I did take the 3 points, but I really like Florida too. There just wasn't enough juice for me to make the money line play. I really like Florida, I think, to win that game outright.
I took Utah minus 2.5.
Okay, you got them to win a cover.
Like
okay.
Veteran quarterback Cam Rising, really good defense, man. I mean, Swamp is a factor, though, especially at night.
You've completely missed the
I did.
Outro. So we got like 5 seconds. Have an awesome weekend. We'll see you Monday at 3. You missed it. Yeah, you did. It's 55.
AFR.
Is that clock way off? I'm looking at 55:55.
That clock's way off.
I have a clock that doesn't work in studio. As we get on down the road, remind you about GMFS Mortgage. Hey, let me remind you, we are doing a show on Monday. Big, bright, bold lights. We always work on Labor Day because it's Monday after the first game. So we are doing a show on Monday. Our whole lineup is live and local on Monday. So join us even if you have the day off. And always call GMFS Mortgage, your lender for life. GMFSmortgage.com. Changing lives since 1999. I've told you my story. They've changed ours. Erica and I got married, financed our first home with GMFS. They were so great helping us with a loan that worked for us as a young, newly married couple. When Drew came along, we needed more home. Sold that home. GMFS helped us finance our second home. And then when we refied about a year and a half ago, they're just awesome. GMFSmortgage.com. Get in touch with a local loan officer near you. It's GMFS Mortgage. Online at GMFSmortgage.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
ITI's got all these programs. Once I started and learned everything about the school, it was worth it.
The challenges that ITI presented me with, it allowed me to build myself up.
All because of ITI, I actually was able to get a job within 3 months before graduation in my field.
Get the hands-on training you need for the job you've always wanted. With so many companies hiring right now, it's the perfect time to come to ITI Technical College. Enroll today for a better life.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz